Please welcome back to the stage your conference host and MC, Elwin Lopez.
Welcome back, Lifewave! Everyone well fed and ready to get things going? Also, I have to tell you, I just found out that one of the dancers on the bike has a Guinness World Record. Unbelievable, right? Another round of applause for them, please. And speaking of awards and recognition, we're going to kick things off with more awards. This time, the top sponsor awards are going to be introduced by VP EMEA Claudia Hartnett, VP APAC Dr. Edward Chu, and General Manager of the United States and Canada, Garrett Johnson.
Hello. So how do we keep up that energy? That was incredible.
I remember when I used to be able to do that. Never.
So,
Okay, let's start.
The next recognition going.
All right. So our first award is going to be for our top sponsor of our, our top customer sponsor. So we are excited to recognize the person in each of our regions that have helped enroll the most customers.
And the top customer sponsors award 2024 for the Asia Pacific region is Rilin Kalma from the Philippines.
Really, where are you?
Congrats, Rilin.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Okay.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. This is so surprised. I was not expecting this one. I am so overwhelmed. Thank you so much to my sponsor, of course. And of course, to all my leaders, to all my team leaders, and to all my brand partners who believed in me. And, this is my 4th time attending the conventions. I still remember 2021. I really don't know what I'm doing, but I only love serving people. I just want to share this patches and the opportunity to everyone. Thank you so much, and thank you, our country manager, Miss Dan Guilera Davis. Thank you so much.
Congrats, Rilin. Thank you. Okay, let us go to the next region.
So, for the EMEA region, our top customer sponsor is Edita Sulist.
Woo! Congratulations.
Edita, where are you? I don't see anyone. Oh, here she
congrats.
is. Here she is.
Congrats.
Okay, she is very grateful. No, stay, please, stay.
Okay,
here.
let's go to the next region.
Okay, for
Derek.
North America, the top customer sponsor in North America is Michael Jaco.
Michael. Woo!
Second time, I love it. Share the love, share the light. It's easy.
Woo! Thank you, Michael.
Okay, now we have an opportunity to recognize our global winner for this. And of course, this is going to come from one of our three. So the winner for our global award is Michael Jaco.
Woo! Michael, congrats, Michael.
So, get the same and bigger. You can hold it.
He's got the muscles for it.
Second year in a row. Wow. So for all of you just starting out, just stay with it. Look at this, 2 years in a row. You can all do it. So lots of love. Stay with the business. Share the love, share the light.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations to all
our
of you.
top customer sponsors.
Okay.
So, after the top customer comes the top brand partner sponsor award. So,
And the top brand sponsor award for 2024 for APAC region is Benny Yo. Benny. Is Benny here?
I'm from Singapore. Thank you, Lifewave, for giving me this opportunity to share the patches with a lot of my brand partners. And thank you, Singapore team, the support. If without them, I won't be here. Thank you, Singapore. Thank you, Lifewave.
Congrats, Benny.
So, top sponsor for brand partners from the EMEA region, Liliana and Paulo Alves.
Tell you what I said to my friend Rita. She asking, we will be in Europe. And I said, I don't know. You will see. It's normal people. It's normal people. All the people that you saw, it's normal. Nothing is special.
We are very simple. We share the light only. This is a social responsibility. Sorry, my English. See you later.
Congrats. Okay, let's go to the next region. Garrett.
All right, for our North America winners, Tyler and Kendall Weldon. Woo! Congrats.
everyone. My name's Kendall Weldon. I'm really just thankful that people trusted me to join me in this business. We've only been doing this now for about 4 months, and I'm really, really thankful for David and for the corporate staff and for our leaders on our team, Steve and Gina, Sarah and Devin, Kyle and Joey. They're really just leading the way and plugged us right into the system, and that's how we've been able to do this. So thank you.
All right. And for our global winner, Tyler and Kendall Weldon.
Woo, congrats.
All I can say is anybody can do this. Just like someone else was saying earlier, you guys, I barely graduated high school with a 1.8 GPA. You do not have to be the smartest person in the room to win at this business. So that's all I have to say.
Well said, well said, well said. Woo. There you are, our top brand partner sponsors for the region and globally.
All right. Our next recognition is our top enrolling personally sponsored rank advancements. So this is the one person who has rank advanced the most of their personally sponsored for each region.
And for the Asia Pacific region to receive this award for 2024 will be SPD Tessa Treman from Australia.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie!
Oi, oi, oi!
I'm only little. It's really high. Hey, I'm really honoured. But I've only got one person to thank, and that is my God. I couldn't have done it without him.
And highest personally sponsored rank advancement for the EMEA region, Liliana and Paulo Alves.
We want to share with you one thing that we do all days. We didn't go to sleep without talking to someone. We don't go to sleep without talking. So this is for all our team that have the same goal, for all of the leaders that teach us the way, and for my amazing husband that teach me all day, don't give up, don't give up, let's do it, let's do it.
So, I don't know what I can say more, but it's all about changing lives. On the top of these events, this is about changing lives. Thank you.
Well said. Congrats, congrats. Come, Garrett.
All right, you're going to start noticing a trend here. For North America, Tyler and Kendall Weldon.
obviously I have an incredible team, right? Oh my gosh. So, we really are just keeping it simple in this business, and that's how we have been able to do this. Like I said, we've been doing this 4 months. So obviously the people in my downline have been doing this for 4 months or less. And it's really just about keeping it simple, sharing this X39 patch, and we're winning. So thank you.
All right. And for a global winner, she's getting a new suitcase, Tyler and Kendall Weldon.
Making me talk at this point. I don't know what else to say. Don't hate me for getting all these awards.
Big huge round of applause for our winners.
So there you are.
Thank you so much.
Huge congratulations to the top sponsor award recipients. Woo! Another round of applause, please. Also, can we talk about those power couples? What's going on? They're all picking up all the awards. It shows that together you can make the impossible possible. All right, now to present some more awards. We're going to present the Rising Star, the Shining Star, and SPD awards. And to present those, please help me welcome to the stage Lifewave President Meredith Burkich and Senior Vice President of Marketing, Wayne Moorhead.
Hi, welcome
Very
back,
excited.
everybody. Man, it's always amazing how fast these days go.
Absolutely.
I cannot believe we are already in session 4. And unbelievable. Okay, well, as our new senior presidential directors line up and get ready for the recognition, we have 2 amazing awards. So if everybody could Thank you. I know, but these next 2 awards are amazing, and we want everybody's undivided attention because the people we're about to recognize have done something not even beginning to be stupendous, amazing, incredible, and over the top.
These are designed to recognize extraordinary performance over a number of areas of their personal and group businesses. And so we're going to go ahead and start with the first one, the Rising Star Award. To earn this is based on several criteria. Personal ranks achieved in 2023, personally sponsored customers and brand partners, the numbers of group customers, numbers of group brand partners, and total matching bonuses. Okay, should we welcome back to the stage?
The winner is
Tyler and Kendall Weldon. Congratulations. We'd love to hear a couple more words.
Well, they lowered the mic for me at this point. Well, this is such a pretty award. Oh my gosh. I seriously do not know what else to say, but thank you for all the recognition. And I just can't wait to see my team up here. That is my ultimate goal, is to get every single person that I have enrolled, almost 600 people already in the last 4 months, and I'm telling you, I'm getting every single one of them to SPD. They're gonna be on these trips, they're gonna be up here on this stage, and we're not stopping until they are, so.
Awesome. Congratulations.
So I would highly suggest if you end up in an elevator with Kendall, you pull the emergency button and stop it and take every moment that you can to ask her what she's doing and what you can duplicate. Our next award, the Shining Star Award. For the globe, one award is given. And so this is all about moving up in the ranks. It's all about rank advancements. Advancing up to the level of executive director or above in this current year of 2024. The recognition period having the most personally sponsored. So remember, as you're looking at these criteria, there are points accumulated. This is how you earn these awards. These are all areas, and you get points and points and points, and all these accumulation, bigger and bigger and larger. Having 5+ personally sponsored rank advancers, getting collective points for your group rank advancements, because this award is about exactly what Kendall just said. It is about helping others to achieve their dreams and succeed. So that's why this is actually a leadership award with triple-digit group volume increases, over 100% month over month, just working it. So I would like to bring this next amazing power couple to the stage, Kyle and Joey Kimbrough.
Kendall's really short.
You can take it out. Take it out, Kyle. Go ahead.
Hey, number one, let's thank our Lord and Jesus. None of us would be here without him. Number two, best advice I could give any of you out there, marry way up. That's what I did. I'm thankful for you, baby. This is all because of you, so thank you for that. I'll tell you this. For 18 months, Joe and I were praying every single day. God, you got to bring us something. You got to bring us something. You got to bring us something. Nobody knew that. No one knew outside of Joe and I and a few others, but we were praying. And then one random day, remember I called Devin and I'm like, they wear this thing on the back of their neck. Like, what are y'all doing with this thing? Point being is this. You have something in your hands right now that there are people out there praying for every single day of their life. Every day they're praying for health, they're praying for finances, they're praying for community, they're praying for meaning, they're praying for passion, for purpose, all the things, right? You got to be the person that's bold enough to go out and actually present it. And so I'm so thankful, Devin, you and Sarah, that y'all were so bold for 2 years and finally presented it. And we finally said yes. David Schmidt, you guys, come on. Can we find a better man on planet Earth right now to follow than David Schmidt? Give it up for David. I am blown away by him.
No, this is, all I can say is we feel like we're home. I'm a crier. This has been an answer to prayer. And Sarah and Devin and our team, we love you guys so much. Thank you.
Congratulations, you guys. Awesome. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne. Okay. As we know, Senior Presidential Director is the highest achievement in rank that you can earn currently at Lifewave. And so we are thrilled to be taking this opportunity to recognize our new rank advancers to this highest level over the last year. But to do that, I would like to bring to the stage our CEO, our founder, the amazing David Schmidt. All right, and I think we're ready. Drum roll. Are we ready? Do we have music? Do we have the list? And let's go ahead and start popping them up on the screen and recognize them. Is everybody all lined up? And send them on up. Big round of applause.
David O'Day.
All right, everybody, get up for David. Thank you, David. Here's your prize. Very good.
George Kaduri.
George Kaduri.
Joyce Johnson.
There she is. Get up for Joyce. Joyce. And your name is?
Nina Garcia.
Nina Garcia, everyone.
Joel Ramírez de Puerto Rico.
Jorge and Nilsa Salas.
All right, very good. Another Frederica, rocking them up. Carrie Robertson.
And Rick Robertson.
Mr. and Mrs. Robertson, everybody.
Joe Navarro.
All right, let's give it up, Mr. Navarro.
Robbie Pearson.
Robbie Pearson, everybody.
Daniel and Rebecca Plant, San Antonio, Texas.
All righty, come on in, congratulations.
David and Terry Miller.
Mr. and Mrs. Miller, everyone.
Hello and g'day. We are Alan and Veronica Clarkson.
Mr. and Mrs. Clarkson, everyone, new senior presidential directors.
Carl and Kathy Firestone.
Mr. Mr. and Mrs. Firestone, congratulations. Okay, I'm going to scoot you in so you're centered.
Joey and Courtney Michaels.
Mr. and Mrs. Michaels, congratulations.
Claudia Field, Corona, California.
Nice job, congratulations. Lovely. Sally Fung, California.
Brian Penrod, San Antonio, Texas.
Mr. Penrod, congrats, our newest SPD. On my hand.
Tessa Tremaine, Australia. Thank you to the team.
Oh, thank you so much. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world.
Ken. No, you're all right. Hello.
She will.
Rachel and Carlos Garcia. From Miami and our team. Love people, love God, and love the community. That's the main message.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Jay Atkins, and I'm here because of my team.
Devin and Sarah Robinson, praying for everybody this weekend that you take all this information, don't turn it into knowledge, turn it into action, and go out there and bless your teams, guys. Thank you so much.
Lovely. I think you should say your name again.
Kendall Weldon.
Kendall Weldon, everybody, as if you didn't know.
Kimbrough.
Kyle and Joey Kimbrough, everybody. Hi.
Jane Wolf.
Jane Wolf, everyone. SPD. Welcome. All right, get right in the center.
Kim.
Kim. Congratulations. Hey, did everybody hear that? Good.
Toshikatsu Hirose. Thank you.
Baki Shibashi from Japan.
Shannon and Todd Varvel, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Mia and Richard Finnegan from Laguna Niguel, California.
Janet Kiefer, Austin, Texas.
Dr. Paige Hunter, Jalisco, Mexico, and Texas.
Stacy Phillips, Katy, Texas.
Martha Leverett, U.S. and Mexico.
Daniel Hunter, Mexico and U.S.
Nikki Jumper, the Bahamas. Nikki Jumper from the Bahamas, everybody! Woo! Says Westcott from Durban, South Africa.
Congratulations.
Candace and Terry Donadell, South Africa.
Okay, Michael and Nelly from Puerto Rico.
Ok, mi nombre es Mayra Soto de Puerto Rico. Gracias primeramente a Dios, a mi familia y a mi maravilloso equipo.
Irán Díaz desde Puerto Rico.
Liliana Alves and Paulo Alves from Portugal.
Dr. Don and Susan from Michigan. Woo!
All right, hi you. All right.
I'm Jennifer Smith from Greenville, South Carolina.
Give it up for Jennifer Smith, everybody.
I'm Annie DeCoker, and I live in Indiana, and I skydive out of Florida.
What's going on here? Here, let me take that for you.
Suchin from Taiwan.
Suzanne from Taiwan. Oh, you got a bunch of friends back there. Very popular person. There you go. Good job.
I'm Rice. I'm from Taiwan.
I'm Lily Zhong from Taiwan.
Yeah.
I am Kitty Zhang. I am from Taiwan.
Taiwan it is. All right, where are you from? What's your name?
I am Elaine Tsai. I come from Taiwan.
My name is Lu Kexin. I'm come from Taiwan. Yeah. What's your name? Where are you from? 亲爱的哪一位家人好，我来自台湾，我代表黄少成来受接。
I'm Eden Huang. I'm come from Taiwan.
Hello, how are you? Nice to see you.
감사합니다.
Lifewave Korea 만세! 대한민국. 짜자자자.
Lifewave forever. Thank you.
Where you're
Korea! 화이팅! I'm from South Korea. We're Greg and Amanda Warmby from Sarasota, Florida. Woo!
Wow. I think we can safely say this is our newest SPD, as in like the last 24 hours.
Mario Melanie Cabral from Queensland in Australia. We just hit SPD this morning. I just checked. So Gina said, come on up. So thank you guys.
Awesome job. Congratulations. Thank you. I know, right? Wow. What's up, Gord? Okay, everybody, let's give it up one more time for our newest senior presidential directors. Thank you so much. David, thank you for joining us. And wow, that's very exciting. All right, we'll see ya. Okay, everybody, if you're gonna go ahead and take your seats, we've got some great new stuff coming up this afternoon, all kinds of announcements and things you're gonna wanna know about, listen to, understand. And so to help me on this next section, I'm gonna be bringing up a very new addition to our team. Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say. And just as you're out there building your teams right now, we at corporate are building our teams. And just like you are attracting the best of the best, the most excellent people to your Lifewave teams, the same thing is happening at corporate, because it is a ripple effect. And the light that is shining right now from Lifewave is attracting talent near and far. And so, how many of you are enjoying this event right now? How many of you have plenty of nuggets of gold to take home with you when you go? One of the reasons that this is a success is there is so much work over the last 6 months being done. And the leader of our global events and recognition team, which is going to be continuing to focus on making your world better and brighter, is somebody I'd like to bring to the stage right now so you can get your eyes on him. A true professional, billion-dollar enterprise is coming on board with us at Lifewave because he sees the light. Please welcome Joshua Dunn!
Oh my gosh. Meredith, that was the nicest. Thank you so much.
So true. You know what? I've been at this a long time. My entire adult career has been in direct selling. And when we attract talent like this, it just moves my heart, because I know that you are all going to be celebrated and that you are going to have opportunities to experience recognition and celebration and events like never before. So Josh, thank you so much for joining our team.
You're welcome. It's an absolute honor and pleasure to be here. Thank you guys for letting me be a part of this.
So what are we talking about right now? I know obviously it's conference, but what else is going on?
There's so much stuff going on, and it's wonderful to see our senior presidential directors come across the stage, because as SPDs, you get a really awesome opportunity that not anyone else in the company gets. And some of you got to experience something really incredible back in June, and go with a few of our wonderful executives to Bora Bora. And I want to take a look at a video and look back on that trip for a moment.
Very good. All right, let's take a look back.
Celebrating this elite incentive trip in Bora Bora at the Conrad, something we've worked for this whole past year.
And the crystal clear water, you get out there and you snorkel and you look under the water and it's just sharks, the stingrays. I mean, I've just never seen anything like it. It's great.
Bora Bora is is paradise. Bora Bora is paradise, and you need to be here with us. We missed you, but we know you're going to be on the next one.
Blown away by this whole experience. I'm so glad that, I made it to the Bora Bora trip. Thank you, David. Thank you, Lifewave. It's like a dream come true.
Excellent. So what we like to do, just like this, promoting event to event, we like to promote trip to trip. And so in Bora Bora, we announced our next generation, our next destination in 2025. And so if you haven't heard already, where are we going again? Where are we going?
We're going to go to Switzerland, my friends. So this is a special trip. We've got a lot in store. We're going to see a lot of the countryside. So we're not just going to one place and staying there. We're going to pop around. We're going to see some amazing things. And look, here's the deal. We're in the qualification period. Those of you who are in Bora Bora, you know this. You heard about this when you were there. And we're well into it. Here's the deal. You got to keep going, right? The only way to get there is to keep going, because we're already into the qualification period far enough that if you just qualified as SPD, it's probably too late for you. I'm sorry, but we're going to get you next year, right? We're going to get you next year, Kendall. No, you can probably do it. You got 4 months, right?
If you've already gotten started, so all those new SPDs, depending on when you went, maybe not the ones that went last night, but everybody else, remember, part of your qualifications are maintaining that paid as rank. And so what you want to do is make sure you're logging into your back office, make sure you're tracking your weeks, and make sure you're looking at that SPD, because we actually have a bonus this year that has never been offered before at Lifewave. And so basically we're offering a 3-day and 2-night bonus for the top 10 qualifiers trip-wise of the trip. And what that means is that you will be flown in early, and we will have an opportunity to meet with David in a very small group. So again, be watching your points, be tracking your points. Those of you that haven't made it to SPD yet, you'll have these to look forward to every year. So just keep working, keep stretching, keep setting those goals, and keep moving. And then the qualifications are going to come up on the screen, but don't worry about them. Most of you that are working towards this trip already know them, but they are available in your back office. And if you haven't been really keeping an eye on them, just recommend that you get with your regional vice presidents, your regional sales leads, and make sure that you are tracking that trip, because do you think that our trips are worth going on?
And if they truly are, this little bonus is going to be really special. You'll get to spend a few extra days in a very small group, exclusively with David and Meredith. in a very cool location. So.
Very cool location, TBD. All right, everybody, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
That means that someone's taking me to Switzerland, right? All right, guys. Your founder and CEO envisions something of a cross between the Starship Enterprise and the Avengers headquarters, a state-of-the-art facility that only your founder and CEO could envision. Please help me welcome to the stage your founder and CEO, David Schmidt, and Senior VP of Special Projects, Jim Caldwell.
Finally, I get to be on stage again with David.
Pleasure is mine, Jim.
You know, I got to tell you before we jump into this, what a privilege to be able to work with this guy on these special projects. And we're about to share with you something that, wow, what a special project this is and was. David, you had a vision like a couple of years ago. And you initially described it to me, and take us back to that moment when you were saying, hey, Jim, couldn't we do this, right?
Yeah, so the idea was we were moving our corporate office from San Diego to Utah, and we were going to have this huge space at this building, and we had taken maybe 8-9 months to look for a building space. We found what we wanted, and the general idea was that when people would come into our office, I wanted them to feel like they were stepping into the future, that they were going to be in the presence of a company that represented technology. So what better way to do that than have something from the Star Trek universe?
Exactly. And so I want to show the folks a couple of almost back of the cocktail napkin drawings. Let me advance to that, and let's click forward. And
it's that big button
forward
in the center.
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
And now look at this. Literally, right? I take out a piece of paper, and I said to David, is this what you're thinking about? Then we tried to get a little bit more sophisticated and said, well, what about this? Yeah. And we started to think, well, it's got to go in a certain sequence, and we don't want to go here first. We got to go there last, things like that. And so it began. But then we obviously said, wait a second, we need a designer, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so the idea was I had pulled a couple of pictures from the Enterprise, and I thought, okay, you know, maybe we want to give people the feeling that they're walking down the corridor of a starship. Or maybe we want to give people the feeling that they're in the engine room of the Enterprise, and we could have our technology in there, and that might be a really cool way to showcase it. So I started putting these pictures together, and Jim, because he's worked over in California and Hollywood, fortunately, you had the right connections, and you got us to the right person.
Fellow named Glenn.
Example of networking.
That's right. A fellow named Glenn Takasian, who I've worked with for goodness gracious, maybe 20 years, knew a guy named Doug Drexler. He said he's been designing the sets of Star Trek for like over 40 years. Let me get you to him. And one thing leads to another. I get him on the phone, and he says, hey, that sounds kind of fun. Yeah. So we did a Zoom, and one thing leads to another, and he said, I'm in. Let's do this. This is exciting. This is something different than I've ever done before. And so, before we bring him out, let's take a look at a video, kind of a brief synopsis of this guy's amazing 45-year career. Take a look. gentlemen, the one and only, Academy Award winning, multiple Emmy Award winning, Doug Drexler.
Wow. Well, I need a microphone.
So here, come on over. Maybe we should have a seat and let's kick a few things around.
Yeah.
So when you first heard about all
Hey,
this...
hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
I just got to say that all of, this Star Trek, and it's been amazing. But when I come here and I see the enthusiasm in this room, it is absolutely mind-blowing. And you people are what's really amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And these guys, Where were we?
Oh, I was just saying, so when you first heard about this, and, we were sitting here kind of grasping at straws, and we had ideas, David's vision, we shared it all with you. You have to start somewhere, and where'd you start? What'd you know we had to learn to start making decisions?
Well, I mean, first I had to get to know you two guys, and then I had to get to know the company and what it stood for and what it was about. And I realized that there was a shared DNA between Lifewave and Star Trek, a vision of the future. An optimistic future. And, I thought I was lucky in my career, and I really have been, but I didn't, meeting you guys was even more amazing.
Oh, come on. Oh, thank you.
It's true.
Thank you, Doug.
It's like Tony Stark here.
Exactly.
You're not insinuating I'm a superhero, are you?
Well, yeah, of
because
course
that
I
would
am.
be.
He is a superhero. I mean,
With my laundry list of character defects, all the mistakes I've made, most of them largely public.
You don't get anywhere unless you make mistakes.
That's true.
Well, let's get into it. So first you had to throw us a few concepts, right?
Yes.
And you said literally like, hey, what about this? What about that? And he just started throwing us some concepts, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Do you want something like this, right?
Yeah, you just start throwing things out there and see what kind of reactions you're getting. And then you will put together some conceptual art, just like I would if I was on one of the shows, and gauge your guys' reactions to it.
Oh, this was a great one.
Well, Avengers Headquarters, right?
Yep, that was a great one.
Avengers Headquarters. You love that one, right, David?
I do love that one. I have a replica of it in my lab in Florida.
So after you'd done this for a little bit, we realized, start designing something, right? Let's get into it. And so you did these relatively detailed sketches before we hired set designers. What do you call the fellows we brought in?
Once we knew what we were going to do, I brought in a couple of set designers that I had worked with on The Orville, which is a Seth MacFarlane show. That's very much like Star Trek. These guys know how to do this stuff better than anybody. They were perfect.
And when you heard about the epic hologram and the fact that David and the company was committed to having some fun with this ability to beam people in, and we told you about that, you had an idea and said, after we learned about the space we were going to go in, right? You said, well, where are we going to design this for? And then you said, I got an idea about a black monolith.
Well, it was just when I saw this, you guys introduced me to this.
Right.
I said, can we make it black? And you're like, well, of course we can. And I'm like, it made me think of 2001: A Space Odyssey with the monolith. And where the closer you get to the monolith, the smarter you become, and that's kind of what Lifewave is. And also that room with that white void and the black monolith in it, which is very much like the end of 2001 with astronaut Frank Poole. This room is a recreation of that in a way.
Yeah.
We have a lit floor and a lit ceiling, and also it's a transition into another world. You don't want to just walk from the lobby into a bunch of displays. You want to be brought into another reality.
Right. You kind of have to work your way into stepping into the future, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, well, and we did a bunch of, I did a bunch of conceptual images, which you might say were a false start, but there's no such thing as a false start.
Well, look at, so here, let me run you through a few. These are just going to kind of cycle through a few of these things. As you started to say, what about this? Should we have a circular area? What would be the nature of the door, right? How should we, right? You started asking questions and showing us things, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, this part was incredible because if we go back
Well,
one
that's very
slide.
early.
It's
That's
a movie,
very early,
David. We
that.
can't go back.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
it'll cycle through.
It'll
cycle through.
Yeah, so when we started to seeing this artwork, we were so close to what we thought the representation of the Welcome Center should be. This was the imagery when I first looked at it. I said, oh my God, we're so in the ballpark now on this.
And you know, but then, you know, you're thinking about, well, no, wait a second. These are the coolest looking designs. And me, from my vantage point, I'm thinking, how in the world are we going to make something that looks just like this, right? And going through that process, but you're the designer. You can envision and say, well, yeah, no, we can make it look just like that, right?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, my job on Star Trek or Battlestar Galactica or the Orville is to come up with designs that we can build.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
So I'm always, whatever I'm designing, I try to keep it practical. Of course, I know that you guys had a lot of experience with big screens and backlights and, you know, media stuff like this.
And you combined stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the content, David, right, had to get up on some screens, and that's where David decided to commit to state-of-the-art capabilities on the part of the screens that we installed. I'm not going to tell you how much they cost, but they cost an arm and a leg, and so your experience when you go through the Welcome Center, you're looking almost as if you're looking at reality. The images are so pristine and clear.
Yeah, and it's always going to come back to the story, right? So it's a blend of, can we tell the story of Lifewave? We use the hologram as an opportunity to welcome people from all over the world in different languages, take them into the tunnel so they can see where Lifewave has been, let them interact with the Welcome Center so they can explore our business opportunity, our products, our culture, and then we give them a look at what's coming into the future.
Exactly. And then, if I'm not mistaken, what comes up next is the concept of we had to build it, right? And we did that in Hollywood. Think about it. All the set designers and all the set construction folks that Doug knows, we pulled that team together and we made it all down in Hollywood. And then once finished, once we knew everything fit together, once we knew the measurements and everything was going to work, we threw it in trucks and brought it up to Draper, Utah, where it had to be, most of it, hoisted by a crane, take out windows, go inside, drop it in, and then start to construct it. But this whole construction process, you're very familiar with that, aren't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, the beauty of it was that we did it in the San Fernando Valley, which is just minutes from where I live, so I could go to the scene dock and see what these guys were doing every day and go there with my set designers.
Yeah.
And we could interact, which is what's happening in these pictures here.
You had to verify, right?
Yeah.
You had to look at the materials.
Well, you know, you could have amazing designs that look fantastic, but it could all fall flat in the creation of it, in the physical creation of it. And you never know what's going to happen, but all I can tell you is that the way it all came together and everybody who was involved with it all the way along was excited about it. And it became, well, actually, it turned out better than I thought it would turn out. Yeah, it was really more amazing than I expected it to be.
Think about that.
Yeah, you know, and I have to say, because we were involved, Jim and I, in the design process, you know, through the beginning, so we saw you breathe life into this concept. But even though we were along for the journey the entire way, walking through it for the first time was surreal. I honestly felt like I was in a ship in outer space, and I was like, oh my God, I literally have stepped into the future.
Well, you know, the
now.
first thing after we went through it the first time, it wasn't complete yet, and I remember I looked at you and I said, well, David got a starship. But honestly, if you don't have the right group of people together, and I mean it's particularly these two guys, there's another place it could totally fall flat. And when we first met, we were kindred spirits right away, you know?
Absolutely. Oh, you know, I should mention that because you're way too humble of a guy, even though you've had these absolutely incredible achievements in your life. But I want to know this man has an incredible heart. As much time as we spent talking about Star Trek, we also spent talking about God and faith and the stories in the Bible. I loved doing that with you, Doug. It was just so great to see that side of it.
Yeah, we had a conversation going back and forth in emails and, you know.
And, you know, I want you to share something that you shared when you were here last year, and that is you had so many obstacles in your life. Your parents didn't want you going in this direction.
I was crazy.
And look what happened to you.
They thought I was out of my mind. I mean, and you have to consider that when I was really first getting into this type of thing when I was 11, 12 years old, it wasn't considered hip or cool or even smart, you know. Now, it's a whole different story.
Isn't it interesting what a parallel? There's always parallels to the network marketing business, right? Where people say, you can't do it, you're not going to be successful. I've never heard of that company. You know, all those things we've talked about over the last couple of days, the negativity, you experienced it too, and you pushed through it.
You have to take that negativity and turn it into energy to drive you where it is you want to go. Too often people are criticized and talked down to and they give up. You can't do that. You have to take that energy. Take it. They don't realize that they're giving you energy to create and reach your goal and your dream.
It almost comes a little bit like, I'll show them. Who are they? If someone else can be hugely successful, so can I, and boom, off you went, huh?
Yeah. Meanwhile, while there were people in his life saying, no, you can't do this, you can't achieve it, you ended up working with Gene Roddenberry.
Well, that's just like totally nuts. That I would, as a kid, I was watching, when Star Trek premiered in 1966, I was one of the original fans, and when they canceled it after three seasons, I was part of this Save Star Trek committee that kept the show going, you know. And then when I ended up coming to Hollywood to work on a Warren Beatty picture called Dick Tracy, where we did all the makeups in there. But I knew that Star Trek The Next Generation was shooting across town. And as soon as Dick Tracy was done, I went over there and I begged Mike West, because I was a makeup artist at the time, I begged him to let me come and work on the show. And he says, well, what, you're doing features. Why do you know, Star Trek was where I'm supposed to be. And it's not just because it's, you know, cool, flashy science fiction. It's the philosophy of a better tomorrow, you know.
Exactly, right?
That's
David?
what got me so hooked on Star Trek from when I was very young. I saw the first episode of Star Trek that I saw was Arena, and this idea, well, wait a minute, Captain Kirk didn't kill the Gorn, and he's trying to reach some type of peace with these aliens. But the idea that we could have a future, we're not at war, we're not trying to kill one another, we're working together for the common good, we've used technology to feed people, energy is abundant, and we're reaching out to other species.
And of course,
it's a beautiful view of the future.
Meeting David, you know, he reflected that philosophy that excited me so much. So I was so excited to come and do this. And wow, thank you, because it turned out amazing. I hope you guys get to go see it.
Well, before we talk about that, and before we kind of show you a 3 or 4 minute teaser film of the Welcome Center that we're talking about, I think we have some time-lapse footage that we should show now that features kind of several areas of the Welcome Center and how they kind of came together over a period of 2 or 3 months. Can we roll that now? Yeah, we can see it down here.
Awesome.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
These screens in this large, long room, what a work of art.
A lot of decisions.
Right? Doug had his print on every aspect of what you're seeing here. Colors, texture, surfaces, the look, the feel, the screens, all of it. And there was the finished product, right? So then we had to make this area we call a product kiosk area, where we focus on products. It's interactive. and that's what it looks like now.
That was not computer art. That's the actual picture.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's what blew my mind. The reality of it
Yeah.
was so much like the conceptual art and even better in so many ways.
That's what's hard to believe when you look at the pictures of it, because you think you're looking at computer-generated images, but this is all real.
Yeah, looks like my art.
So
Crazy.
when David first talked about stepping into the future, Jim, let's make something that makes people feel like they're stepping into the future. Doug, did we accomplish the goal?
Heck yes. It's absolutely amazing. Even I, who have spent so much time on so many starships or battle stars, or to go and see this was even more amazing.
Think about that. Coming from him saying that. So you're going to want to make plans, and we're going to share with you exactly how do you book the ability to get out there and take a tour and bring some prospects and see what this is all about. We'll share that with you in a minute. But I think it's time to let people have a peek at what this overall experience is like. You ready for that?
I think they want to
Would
see
you like to see that? All right, let's roll it. Lights down.
Hey, let's go.
Well, hi there, and welcome to Lifewave's global headquarters. 世界中の何百万もの人々にとって、ライフウェブは希望を象徴し、真実と光の灯台を象徴しています。
It's one of those things where you have to be there to understand the magnitude of what you experience when you walk in.
It literally is giving me goosebumps.
Like, it's just mesmerizing.
All I can say is, wow.
You felt like you were on a journey in outer space. Just simply amazing.
What an incredible, breathtaking experience.
I cannot believe what I saw, but I saw it.
Whoever you bring here, they will be sold.
The genius and the vision and the work that went into this was absolutely amazing.
It's just honestly mind-blowing to see the technology, the evolution of this company.
The sky's the limit. That's all I can say.
I'm just speechless. It was so beautiful. I don't even know what to say.
This is the most exciting, jaw-dropping presentation I've ever experienced.
Ladies and gentlemen, Doug Drexler and David Schmidt. Yeah.
Doug, thank you so much.
What an honor.
Well done, sir. Unbelievable.
And I got great friends out of it, too.
So I'm going to bring up Meredith. Congratulations. What a treat. What a treat. Yeah, perfect. So how'd we do? What do you think? Huh? You know, the whole purpose, what's the purpose of the Welcome Center? The purpose is to use it as a tool. Look, it's not the easiest place to get to if you're in Europe or if you're in Asia. But those of you that are nearby or those of you that do want to make the trip, for someone who's really curious about Lifewave, what are they doing that's making them the fastest growing network marketing company in the world? What does set them apart? Who is this company? Well, when they go there, it is a differentiator like you can't believe. It is an experience that when you walk through there, you go, you got to be kidding me. I want to join this company. How many of you here had the opportunity to visit the Welcome Center already? And with a loud set of voices, did we hit the mark? Okay, so let's get our president, Meredith Burkage, and Garrett Johnson, our sales manager for North America, Canada, and the United States, out here to share with you exactly how you can book a tour. Ladies and gentlemen, Meredith and Garrett. Come on, people.
Stefani, that's coming in at 7, and then
Go
we have
get 'em.
Maroon 5 coming in at 9.
Okay. So, remember we talked about innovation, and innovation is doing things differently, looking at things differently, and creating things differently. So again, how many of you have been in direct selling maybe somewhere else in the last 10 years? Lot of hands. How many have you ever seen anything like what we're doing to give you a tour when they come to the home office? Never. To build belief, to be able to see the vision. Again, it isn't enough to talk about vision. It's enough to see vision. So Garrett, when we had all the people that came, what were some of the comments that you heard? Obviously, we've had 2 groups now come, Wave 1 and Wave 2 of our elite SPDs.
One of the favorite things I love watching is when people come in to take a look, is just to see the expression on their faces. It's incredible to see what the impact that this is having on them as they see it. And some of the comments are that it's unlike anything they've ever seen before. We've even had a chance as we're doing some interviews for some new employees to explain to them what we're doing, and they're blown away. They're very excited to want to be on our team because of that.
Absolutely. And so what Jim alluded to this, which is there are multiple reasons why you might want to bring people to Utah to get to see this experience. And number one is because when people are checking out a new company, sometimes they like to see the vision, they like to really kick the tires and know this is a real company, this is a brick and mortar company. And so this gives them an opportunity for you to bring them to us to have that experience. And because we have the Epic unit there, you can have leaders from around the world, or even David Schmidt perhaps, actually zoom in, beam in to the Epic unit and have a conversation from the stage in the energy room that we have built to accommodate up to 85 people for training. So number one, it could be that group of people, okay, that are coming to really learn more. What else do you think that they could be using it for, Garrett?
There's a lot of different ways. You could be bringing new people in to be able to experience Lifewave for the very first time on a smaller group, where we have a smaller conference room that they can bring people in to experience on a smaller group, where they can talk and understand what things are all about. And certainly we have our corporate team there to also help support in that, so we can help come and talk with your team as well.
Exactly. And so as people are getting started, sometimes you may find that they really are at that level where they've made it to the first few ranks and they're starting to build and grow their business, but you really see all of this potential in there. And you look inside of them, you go, this person has so much more than what's being, given to Lifewave right now, and you want to inspire and help grow their belief in the business. And so maybe that's a time to bring them then, because they can see, again, they can meet some of us, they can come to meet the corporate team, but then also they can really experience the vision of David Schmidt and where we're going for the next 20 years. So here is the reality of it right now, because there was a whole group of people that were saying, we want to come, we're in country, we'd love to stop by. So we've been trying to, book as many people as possible to come through over, right before this event and then now right after this event. But going forward, we wanted to have a very organized way to make sure that we could book your reservations to honor your time, your team's time. So Garrett, could you tell them just a little bit more about what they need to do to book their tours?
Awesome. Well, it's me and my team that's going to be able to help make sure that these tours are booked and ready for you so that you can have the best possible experience when you and your teams come to our office. So number one, we're going to ask to begin with that the only people who will be able to register to come and for themselves or their teams to be our SPDs. Now, that doesn't mean the SPD has to come. It just means that they're the ones that have to help us register their people for these things. So again, anybody can come and visit. We just want our SPDs to be the one initially to be able to book those tours. Number two, we're going to ask you to book them at least 2 weeks in advance of the time that you're going to come. That way we can make sure all of our staff are there, that we can make sure that if you want one of our corporate executives or someone to come and do that tour with your team, we can make sure everyone's there and available. So that's going to be an important part of it so that we can make sure you have the best experience possible. Third, we want to make sure that once you do get that in, that we can verify and let you know within about 48 hours from that time that you'll be able to come in on those dates and everything will work. And if for some reason those dates don't work, we'll be able to adjust at that point and work through that with you. For the time being as well, Tuesday through Thursday from about 10 o'clock a.m. to 2 p.m. are going to be the times available for people to come in. Now, if something happens and you have only one day or something like that on a Monday or on a Friday, and you have to do it at that time, we can work things out. But we're really trying to keep it within those times, just so again, we can make sure that we have the staff and everyone prepared and ready for you.
Thank you, Garrett. And again, we put these in place not to be restrictive, but we want it to run smoothly. And because this is new for us, we just kind of want to get into that rhythm before we start broadening it out. So again, Garrett, thank you for mentioning that. You don't have to be an SPD to come, but what you need to do is just go through your SPD for those original bookings, just so that we can make sure that we manage the expectations and do an amazing, great job. Again, honoring your time and your commitment to come and see us. So we also wanted to, just on a small scale, as again, we're ramping up to this incredible opportunity to build belief and to share the vision, is that we wanted to reach out to those of you that may be working for SPD right now and have just a short contest to, again, we're going to be having so many amazing ways to earn trips. You heard a little bit about the red carpet. I mean, we've got lots going on in 2025. And so as we get into January, I know most of you will be registering. I hope all of you will be registering for the upcoming Vision 2025 virtual conference in January. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But the reality is that as you're thinking ahead, we thought, well, we could collectively have a group from North America to get started, just to kind of ramp up and start to get seasoning on what it's going to be like to have fly-ins, what it's going to be like to have red carpet events at the home office. So what better way to go ahead and just launch a little contest. And now this again is for people running for SPD right now. So presidential directors is a good time for you to kind of take note, but be thinking about it, because again, we're just getting everything ready, and it's great to have small groups to sort of work with this. So our very first rank advancement promotion, the qualification will be when you rank advance to be paid as presidential director as you start working up, and then you're going into SPD. The qualification period will be when you rank advance in November, in December, in January for North America. Right now, the 3 countries, we're going to start out this way, and then we're going to broaden it globally. But this is the beginning. The new ranks, you just need to maintain it 4 out of those 12 weeks, or months. So what that basically means is if you come and sign up in and you make it, and wow, I'm an SPD in December, you'll still have time to hit 4 out of those 12 weeks. Do not have to be consecutive to make sure that you maintain. You'll be getting a trip for 2 to come. So what that means is we are on this trip allowing you to bring somebody from your downline. So if you have a leader, you want to build their belief, you can go ahead and bring them along with you. That'll be up to you as leaders. We're going to pamper you, spoil you. We're going to tour you around a little bit, and we're going to let you experience the Welcome Center. So that just kind of gives you a little bit of an idea, and there is a very great communication coming out on Sunday night that is going to outline everything, all of these announcements that you're getting with links to qualifications, links to communications. Our communication team has been working diligently to have this ready for you. So if you don't have your camera to take a snap, know this is coming. And I hope that every one of you in this room will use, this has been built for you. Please use the Welcome Center. Enjoy the Welcome Center. It is your home. This is your home, our global HQ. So we hope you will come see us often, that you will bring team members, prospects, rising stars, so that we can share our heart and our appreciation so that they can become even a bigger, viable part of our Lifewave community. Any other thoughts?
Who's going to come to our office and experience the Lifewave Center?
Please come and see us. All right, everybody, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lifewave, please welcome back to stage your founder and CEO, David Schmidt.
Thank you. Thank you. So this year for our 20th anniversary, we wanted to take a moment to remember two individuals that helped get the company started. One was Dr. Steve Haltiwanger, incredible medical doctor, clinical nutritionist, who is with us from the early days of Lifewave. And then the second was Coach Richard Quick. So to tell you a quick story about this, when I was getting started back in 2002, I was looking to set up manufacturing, do clinical studies, figure out how to market the technology. And along the way, I met a number of different people interested in Lifewave. And one of them said, well, I'm really interested in supporting your company, but I don't know anything about medicine or science, so could I have a medical doctor interview you, ask you a bunch of questions, and let me see if this is all legitimate. So that person was Dr. Steve Haltiwanger. So I spoke to Dr. Haltiwanger for 3 hours, 2 nights in a row, and we quickly became friends. And he was so excited about the technology. He said, look, I know you're just getting started, but if you're able to get Lifewave off the ground, I would really like to be a part of the company. And we became friends, and he helped us in the early days of the company get started. And he was the one that helped to organize all of our clinical research in those very early days. And then this was before the network, but through the power of network marketing, Dr. Haltiwanger wrote a paper about Lifewave. I had written a paper that was written for engineers. So he took that and he wrote a paper based on how other doctors might want to look at the technology. So he sent that paper to a doctor he knew in California, Dr. Carl Merritt. Dr. Merritt looked at it, he was super interested, and then he sent that information over to Coach Richard Quick at Stanford University. So later on, when I was thinking about how the company had gotten patches on Olympic athletes at Stanford University, I realized this all happened through the power of network marketing. And ultimately, that's what convinced me that networking was the right path to take. So about 3 weeks after Dr. Merritt had received this paper, I received a call from Coach Quick. I flew out to California. We were applying patches to his Stanford women's swim team. And after 3 weeks of using the energy patches, 6 out of the 8 swimmers had broke their personal lifetime best in their event. And one of the women, Tara Kirk, she was really amazing, brilliant woman. She broke the world record in the 50-meter breaststroke wearing the Lifewave energy patches. So we were well on our way at that point. And I think we're going to have a video queued up of Dr. Haltuanger and Richard Quick, but I don't know if you're ready to play that or not. If they are, then play it. If not, we'll keep moving.
It's interesting how I got involved with Lifewave. One of David's early investors approached me to check out the technology. At that time, David had a small lab and he had invented the technology, but he hadn't gone commercial with it. So I was asked to evaluate the technology. And my first impression was, I wasn't sure whether there was anything real here. So I interviewed David after I looked at his website he had at the time and made a list of questions on a yellow notebook pad. I spent about 4 hours or longer interviewing him and then came back a few days later and talked to him again. And so we had about 6 hours worth of conversation over a few days. Every question that I asked, he answered, and I asked him very detailed scientific questions. So I realized this man actually knew what he was talking about. So I was very impressed. And I wrote a paper that was my way of explaining to the technology from more of a biological point of view. And I sent this paper to a number of friends that are in medicine to get a review. And one of them was Dr. Carl Merritt out in California. And he shared it with Coach Richard Quick at Stanford. He was a coach of the Stanford women's swim team. And Richard's a very broad-minded, innovative personality. And so he talked to David. He evidently read the paper, contacted David, talked to him, and decided, well, let me try this on the women's swim team. And they had phenomenal results with this. And it was a real amazing breakthrough that we had a person at his level of excellence looking at our technology just right at the beginning.
We noticed the athletes had a higher level of accomplishment and training. They recovered better from practice session to practice session. And we noticed that they were doing better in school because they had more energy after practice. The past does not equal the future. You can change your future. You can change the future of others. The past does not equal the future. That which seems extraordinary today will be commonplace in the future. But you know what the great athlete does? And you know what the great company does? They say, if something can be done in 20 or 30 years in the future, why can't we do it today? That's what David Schmidt has done with Lifewave.
We tragically lost both of these great men because of various circumstances over time. And I can tell you, I miss both of them deeply. They were incredibly great people, incredibly great friends. And we've created an award. It's the Richard Quick Pursuit of Excellence Award to honor this incredible man, a 6-time United States Olympic coach. And Richard was the absolute symbol of integrity. He would never apply any kind of technology to his athletes if it would mean that they could possibly be harmed. He always was looking out for the health and safety of his athletes, yet he always wanted to stay on the cutting edge. And so he was extremely open-minded for a person that had achieved the pinnacle of success in this industry. He was as humble as you could imagine, very down-to-earth, fantastic personality, and out to make the world a better place. So we want to give this award to someone in our community who goes above and beyond the call of duty, somebody who represents integrity, someone who wants to look after the well-being of others and the well-being of their organization, and someone who represents the pinnacle of success and the pursuit of excellence. And this year's winner of the Richard Quick Pursuit of Excellence Award for 2024 is Dr. Stacy Hollweger.
Not expecting that to be me at all. I am so honored to be here to represent you, David, the doctor, Richard Quick, everything that they have stood for, everything that you stand for, that all of you stand for in Lifewave. Everything we do every day is to make this world a better place. And I'm beyond grateful to help as many of you as possible in this journey to help you achieve success. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Stacy Hollweger. The next award that we have is the Lifewave Achievement Award. And you're all set? Why don't you come out over here? You don't have to be just the flower girl.
I don't mind. I love flowers. Send them to me anytime.
This was a tough choice, but ultimately, I'm so happy with the choice that we've made. You know, along the journey of Lifewave, I know I've met tens of thousands of people, and many of the times you meet new people, they come in, they say, wow, you know, we're going to do some great things, and then they kind of fall off and they don't do anything. And then there's other people that come in, they build the business, they reach a certain level of success, and then they grew great. But then every once in a while, you meet that incredibly special person that is there through thick and thin. That no matter how difficult times get, they're there, building the business, committed, bright, positive, brainstorming, constantly thinking of new ideas, traveling all over the world to build the business. And this gentleman has done all of that and so much more. And at 80 years old, he's still going strong. And yesterday I saw him in the lobby and I said, how did you like the meeting the other day? And he came over to me and gave me a hug, and he had tears in his eyes, and he said, this is incredible. I'm so excited about building the business. Not even a thought that, I may, you know, retire, lay back a little bit, and made a ton of money. None of that. I'm so excited about getting out there, building the business, making the world a better place with you. And I have such a deep level of gratitude for him, because when things were really tough, he was there building the business. And I honestly believe that it wasn't for his effort and a few others that we may not have made it through that really tough time that we had back in 2007. So with gratitude, appreciation, and love, please welcome to the stage Chuck Michael.
Wow, 81 years old and you're skiing like a pro. How do you do it?
Lifewave X39.
Chuck Michael.
Congratulations.
Chuck, congratulations. Come on over, Chuck.
Oh my gosh, look at this crowd. Whoa. I was reflecting that when we started, I went to Atlanta, and 20 years ago, as a matter of fact. And David was going to come out to Long Beach. I was in Newport Beach, and he was in Atlanta. But he had to come out to be with Richard Quick at the Olympic trials at the Olympic pool in Long Beach. And when I first went to meet David, it were those associations that really got my attention. In the room, there was Richard Quick, who's coached 4 U.S. Olympic swim teams, head coach of Stanford. And I had lunch with Richard Quick, and I said, Richard, you know, is this placebo? He said, Chuck, now Richard is not a salesman, he's a swim coach of a very high caliber. He said, well, Chuck, he said, I don't know, but I've got my swimmers breaking their all-time best records in practice with the patches on. And, you know, as a businessman, that got my attention. So I knew right there that I was going to go back to California as a one-man army, because there was only 3 of us, and start to build. So I came back, and David came out 2 weeks later to be at the Olympic swimming pool in Long Beach, and I brought 12 of my buddies. We caravaned from Newport up to Long Beach, and of the 12 that were there, 3, great going if you look at the odds, 3 decided to become reps. Of course, it was a big commitment. I think it was $95 back then. So I had 3 of my buddies, and then David came back in about 2 months, and we had 50 in the room at the hotel. At the end of the year, when David came back, we had 1,800. So, you know, it just shows you the power of a great product and the leadership that David's provided. But the reality is, as you know, that you really only succeed in life with the people you know. You know, you've got to have that special contact and that special friend, that special relative. And that happened to me. And I have great news tonight that special contact is here, and it's all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you for everything that you've done.
Congratulations.
Oh, Chuck.
Holy, come on.
Chuck, let's take a picture.
I wasn't going to disagree with him. I was like, okay,
It's a
whatever
good
you
picture.
say, Chuck Michael. Whatever you say.
Chuck Michael, everyone.
If you could give me some skiing lessons. That was unbelievable, right? Incredible. All of you have been asking for a new way to promote Lifewave's flagship product, X39. And now it is finally here. Please help me welcome to the stage Senior Vice President of Marketing, Wayne Moorhead.
Are you all enjoying today? Great. Can I get the notes up here? That was a very sincere great. Well, I'm really honored to be here with all of you today. This has been a really inspiring event for me, and Really, the last month has been incredibly inspiring since I joined Lifewave. And it's really because, I knew of the innovation prior to joining. I'd heard of the powerful products. I'd heard of the unprecedented growth. But really being here with you this week and at the ribbon cutting events in Utah, the brand partners, I've really started to understand things beyond the product, beyond the innovation, and really understand the heart and the spirit that is Lifewave. And I want to thank you for that and for welcoming me into the Lifewave family. So I, along with the entire direct selling channel, have been watching Lifewave over the years and everything that you're doing and admiring and marveling and wondering how are they doing it. And I know that it's because of you. And that's why when Meredith reached out to me about a potential opportunity there, and I had the opportunity to speak with her and with David, the math was really easy to me. I'm doing marketing math again. David, Meredith, Lifewave, where do I sign? So I literally dropped everything and jumped at the chance to be part of what you are creating and have been creating here for the past 20 years. So I've been in direct selling for 23 years now, and I'm very passionate about this business model. I've seen it change so many lives, including mine. And over the 20 or so years, I've been fortunate to work at an Inc. 500 company and public direct selling companies and multi-billion-dollar direct selling companies. And over the last 3.5 years, I have been fortunate to host a direct selling podcast under the direct selling news banner, where I get to interview CEOs and presidents and other senior execs of other direct selling companies. And it's almost been about 100 at this point. Now, I'm only saying that to illustrate a point here. I've been able to be exposed to lots of companies in the channel and to lots of individuals in the channel. And I want to echo what Meredith said a little while ago. And that is, in all that time, I've never seen a visionary and an innovator like David Schmidt. And I've never seen a president that's more passionate about the business model and about brand partner success than Meredith. You're all a part of something very special. And I want to thank Meredith and David and the board for allowing me to join Lifewave and to be part of this next 20-year chapter, because I definitely know it's just getting started here. So while I'm the one up here today, I'm really here representing an entire department, a global department of passionate and dedicated and talented individuals, from copywriters and designers to digital marketers to promotions managers to content specialists and communications managers. You have an entire global team here that is really solely focused on supporting you and sharing Lifewave. And so coming into a marketing team that has accomplished so much, and by that I mean just keeping up with you. I mean, that's the full-time job enough of them trying to keep up with the incredible growth that you're generating from sharing with Lifewave with others. It's a little intimidating. And so I knew that my job number one was just to listen. Now, it's a very active process, not a passive process, but I wanted to listen and I wanted to understand. And one of the things that I've heard time and time again with every marketing meeting and every decision is, how does this help our brand partners? What can we do today to help our brand partners more? How can we help them build their businesses? Which has also been very moving and very, very touching for me. So I feel very lucky to be part of such an incredible marketing team. So really, those are our two main functions: to support you and to build the Lifewave brand. So I want to talk about what that means for a second, because brand is one of those maybe most confusing and misunderstood of all of marketing terms, because it gets overused and misapplied and it can mean everything. So I want to take a little bit in a minute just to talk about what a brand is and how we build the brands, because it can get so confusing. Now, it's almost easier to start with what a brand is not than to talk about what a brand is. So a brand is not a logo. Brand is not a tagline. It's not the latest campaign. So it's not found in a bottle or in a box or in a building, but it's found in our hearts and our minds. It's that little space that a brand owns inside someone's head, that when they hear the name, they think of all these incredible things. Essentially, your brand is your reputation. And we can think of a lot of companies that when you say the name of that company, you immediately think of a few certain words. And that's true for Lifewave as well. It's innovation, it's health, it's human potential. These are those things that define the brand and occupy those places in our minds and our hearts. So how do you build a brand? If that's what it is, if it lives in someone's mind and heart, how is it built? Well, brands are built through experiences. And so our job is to work to make sure every touch point across every area of the company, from how the phone gets answered, the site looks like, is this okay? You guys hear me? All of these are opportunities to build a brand. So marketing doesn't own the brand. We all own the brand. You own the brand, we own the brand, we all work together to build it. And there's an example that I want to share with you. So I grew up loving motorcycles ever since I was a little kid. I can't even count how many times I've wrecked, but I love motorcycles. Still to this day, I love that feeling of the open road, that feeling of freedom, of actually, not just steering something, but riding something, that feeling of the wind through my hair. It is my absolute favorite. Thank you. I didn't know how that was going to go over, so thank you very much. But one of the most iconic brands in the world is a motorcycle brand, and I want to use an example here. So how many Harley riders do we have here? Okay, you're going to love this. You know what I'm talking about. So several years ago, I was reading an article, and it was an interview with the CEO of Harley Davidson. And he was being interviewed about the state of the motorcycle manufacturing and sales industry. And the CEO of Harley kind of stopped the reporter and said, "Look, we don't sell motorcycles." And this definitely confused the reporter. And he kind of was going to humor him and say, "Okay, what do you sell?" And the CEO said, "We sell the ability for a 40-year-old accountant to dress in black leather and ride through towns on weekends and have people be afraid of them." So he knew it wasn't about getting from point A to point B. It wasn't about just the product. It was about the experience, that unique V-twin rumble, that feeling of rebellion that Harley represents. And the same is true for Lifewave. As I've come in and watched, there is no greater brand experience than Lifewave. From the way the product makes you feel, to this incredible community, to the way that you're changing lives around the world, and the way that you're helping people achieve their full potential. It's something that I'm very, very proud now to be part of. So thank you for doing that. But the greatest experience that anyone will ever have with the Lifewave brand is when they meet you. The Welcome Center is beautiful and amazing, and the headquarters are amazing, but the most important experience anyone will have is when they meet you and they hear of your personal stories and your experiences with the product and the success that you're finding with the business opportunity and the way that you're giving back and improving lives around the world. So let's all help create incredible brand experiences for Lifewave. So, do you guys want to see a brand touch point? A recent brand touch point here? The team's been working diligently on this. And so this is just one of the things the team's working on. You're going to see a lot coming out the next little while. But I'm going to pause for a second and let the video roll.
An empowered life has no expiration date. We're all created to do incredible things, like conquer summits, catch big waves, and live our passions. As time goes on, our bodies begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy levels decline, sleep patterns shift, and recovery slows. But our bodies are masterpieces of design, holding the potential to bounce back better than ever. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others could not. By utilizing Lifewave's unique patented technology, X39 uses light to elevate GHKCU, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality, enhancing the body's flow of natural energy. For improvements in strength, stamina, performance, and overall health and well-being, with the simplicity of an affordable, non-invasive, non-transdermal patch. As we age, levels of these life-enhancing elements, which are associated with wellness and longevity, begin to decline. Lifewave invested 10 years into stem cell research, which resulted in over 70 patents. X39 was born to bring to the public a product that can support wellness in an entirely new way, supporting the production of younger, healthier cells with wearable light technology. Becoming a powerhouse is easier than you think. Harness your body's natural potential to maintain youthful energy and vitality, because life comes at you fast, but it doesn't have to pass you by. Live long, live well, live young. Be the light with Lifewave X39. Lifewave.
So thank you, marketing team, for creating an incredible brand experience that you can share with people to introduce them to the benefits of the Lifewave patches. Okay, I'm going to keep jumping. I've got a couple of minutes left here. But this is such an exciting time to be a part of Lifewave. We're only 20 years in, but it's amazing the growth trajectory that's happening at this point. There's so many more incredible years ahead. And I just want to share a little bit about why I am so excited about the future with Lifewave here. So one, you heard David talk about the 7-year product roadmap, and that's a rolling calendar. David never stops innovating, he never stops developing, he never stops inventing. So we have incredible products coming down the pipe for years to come. You're part of the fastest growing company in one of the fastest growing segments of the entire economy. And by that I mean social selling. And the rest of the world is just starting to catch up to what direct selling is known for 120 years. The power of relationships, the power of our social connections. So a recent study just showed that 71% of us are more likely to buy a product or a service when we're introduced by a friend. That bodes really well for us. There's more people than ever that are looking for and open to additional forms of income. People need what Lifewave can bring. And the social selling, the global social selling commerce section is going to hit 1.2 trillion by 2025 and 3.8 trillion by 2030. And Lifewave is out there in the front, leading the pack on all of that. About a week into being at Lifewave, I had the opportunity to be at an event with David and Meredith. And we were at dinner that night, and I was getting to know them more and learning more about the company and all the things coming down the pipe that are so exciting. And they asked me, what do you think? And I said, Lifewave is a marketer's dream. To have the products, to have you, the people to support that are sharing it around the world, there's no other place I want to be. And I'm so excited to share with you so many of the things that the marketing team is working on this year. For us this year, is really about evolving and elevating. So we want to make sure that everything we do, the brand, the website, every message that we send out is just as good and incredibly powerful as the products. So, on behalf of all of us at the marketing department, we look forward to 2025 and the next 20 years to partnering with you to share and build the Lifewave brand. Thank you so much.
I am going to have the pleasure of introducing you to a power couple. They were able to achieve the highest rank within the company within just 23 days. Can you believe that? Unbelievable. And if you haven't checked out their YouTube channel, you should, because you can tell the energy that this power couple brings, not only to Lifewave, but to everyone across the globe. So subscribe if you haven't yet. Please help me welcome to the stage, Steve and Gina Merritt.
Wow, you guys excited? Let David Schmidt know, are you excited? All right.
Congratulations, Dr. Stacy. Congratulations, Chuck. What an amazing award. Sorry we were in the back, but let me tell you what, I'm cheering you guys on and so blessed to be partnered up with you guys running this race. But come on, is this 20th anniversary the best or what? Absolutely incredible. We are so blessed and so honored. And let me tell you, David, your wife, Christina, I know that you guys have sacrificed a ton. Meredith, your husband, Mike, I know you have sacrificed a ton in your relationship, working so hard, getting everything done. All of the corporate staff, thank you so much. And your wives, thank you, thank you, thank you. We know what it takes to make exceptional. And this event has been exceptional. We are so blessed and honored to be here. We are honored to be on this stage. And guys, hey, we are a team. We are Lifewave.
Wow, what a weekend. And we're just getting started from what David is telling me backstage. Are you ready for more? Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the X39. In case you haven't heard, this is our flagship technology per David Schmidt. Are you excited about it? Are you excited about the X39? Look at it up there. Look at this brand new X39 video that they just produced for you. I'm telling you, this is the best technology I've ever seen in our industry. In the 36 years we've been in this industry, there is nothing like the X39. The key that sets us apart, the biggest three keys are, is it's exclusive, it's unique, it's patented. Nobody else has it. And it works.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, it's David Schmidt. All right? David Schmidt, he didn't go out like a normal network. This is for you to remember. If you're new to networking or if you've been in networking, these 3 points you got to have in your back pocket. Number one, number two, it's exclusive. Nobody else has it and it works. Number two, David Schmidt did not go out like a normal network marketing business owner that say, I want to go make some money. He's a scientist. He came up with the technology and then he decided after talking and networking with people, this was the best way to bring it to the marketplace. Is that amazing? No other network marketing company has that. And third, we manufacture our own patches. Rarely will you see that ever in network marketing. You got to remember this. Did you enjoy Coleman and Dillman? I love this gentleman. He promised us he would deliver the patches and he hasn't missed one time. This gentleman, he's geared up he's already ready for 2 billion right now. We can ship 2 billion of these X39 patches. Don't get off the mark of how important X39 is. This is what we talk about, and this is what we are going to be talking about. X39, the simplest patch to talk about as we go into the next 70 days and finish 2024 strong. Are you ready? Are you ready to finish 2024 strong? Then get yourself fired up to start patching more people than you ever have between now and the next 70 days.
So I want to say hi to all the virtual people, but let me tell you what, there is fire, fire, fire in this room. You have to be here live next year. You cannot sit at home by yourself. You have to be here with us. It is amazing. We are so blessed. I pray that each one of you here, whether you're here live or you are virtual, that you have a burning desire and that you do not walk away from this convention the same. You have to walk away different. You've got to do different. You've got to let people see you moving. You've got to let people see you with the fire in your eyes. You've got to let people see the fire in your belly, the fire in your voice. They have to see different. And let me tell you what, it'll be a wake-up call because they're going to be like, what is different about her? What is different about them? What is different about him? Guys, let me tell you what, this is a game changer. When I looked out my window at the hotel and I saw all the traffic, I was like, yes, because they all have stem cells. This is a fair playing field for all of us. There are so many people for each of us to go out there and make a massive income, or either just go out there and change the health of people. This is something that we got to get a fire in our belly and a kick in our rear and move it. Because you know what? God only picks one person to make a difference. And that one person goes, makes the difference. And let me tell you what, it's like dominoes. Are you with me? Are you with me? I want to hear, are you with me?
Guys, we believe, Gene and I believe that when a person decides, you tell me if this is you, but when a person decides, has that decision and starts believing that they're going to win. Are you ready to win? When they decide, when you decide that you're going to win, everything changes. Are you ready? We're talking about as you break out of here, you're going to believe, you're going to decide right now, this moment, over this weekend, that this is your time to win. Are you ready to win?
That's right.
We know you can win. This is the simplest conversation you could have with anyone. Now you've got a video that Wayne just put together to make it so simple. Watch this video. Can it be any easier? We're talking about when you decide to win, everything changes. You say, hey, I'm going to go home and I'm going to talk to more people. I'm going to have more fire in my eyes. I'm going to have more excitement. I'm going to do more. And you know, does anyone believe they could do more? I encourage you, starting this moment, to start reaching down inside, deep in your soul, and say to yourself, I am a winner, and I'm going to go make this happen for my family when I get home.
And you have to make a decision. You got to draw a line in the sand, step over that baby, and say, this is it. I'm going, I'm doing it. I'm not stopping. I'm not going to deviate. I'm laser focused. No, it's going to stop me. I am crushing it. Are you with me? As we were driving from the airport to the hotel, coming here for the special SPD amazing celebration that we got to experience, we want you with us next time. Let me tell you, I talked to our driver. I said to our driver, he pulls up the game. We have Ken Robinson in the car with us, Steve Merritt, Gina Merritt. We're in the car. He pulls the game up that's playing at the moment. And I said, sir, you have the kindest heart ever. That you are so worried about them seeing the game. Before we get to the hotel, I said, you would love what we are doing. Steve and Ken, tell them about it. So they share it with them. But I want you to listen to me. I want all your eyes up here. Why are you not doing this? This is what happened. This is a true story. I have goosebumps all over. He put the car in park in front of our hotel. He put his head down. And he started crying. He started crying in the car. He was about 65 years old. He put his head down. He said, you have no idea That's exactly how he talked to us. You have no idea. I have been praying. I have been praying for an opportunity. I have been praying for a business with a low startup fee. I have been praying for a business to change my family's destiny. What is it going to take you to do to get up and move and go balls to the walls?
Let's go! Are you ready?
What is it going to take? You got to go balls to the walls. No slowing down, no obstacle, no is going to stop you. Come on. You're a grown up. You're a grown up. Let's go. You know what? There's a lot of mature people in here. I am 62. I call myself mature. Okay? When you were young and you acted all cocky, get it back, you old farts.
Come on.
Get it back. Come on. Get your game face on. Put a smile on your face. Get the energy. Come on. You got this. You got this. I will cheer you on to the finish line. No doubt.
There's two things that are going to cause you to win and succeed in business. Number one is you got to have a dream. Do you have a dream? Do not take having a dream lightly. You better keep that in front of you so you can press forward and make this happen for you and your family. Number two, if you're going to win in this business, in Lifewave, you've got to be excited. Are you excited? Are you excited? Okay, now, the key is keeping that excitement. It's one thing. I love being partnered up with David Schmidt. I love the grit, the stamina. 20 years, and he's the most excited guy in the room.
And some of you are 20 days, and you're tired. Right. Hello?
Wow.
Put another patch on.
Please, patch up. I mean, there's people in 2 days, I'm tired. Are you tired of unpatching a patch and sticking on somebody?
I'm tired of hearing you whining. Let's go.
You have got to stay excited. I mean, I love the fact that it took time for this X39 to come to market, and now we've got this technology. But if it wasn't for David hanging in there for 20 years, going through all the struggles and everything that he had to go through, you wouldn't have this opportunity. Give him a round of applause that he stuck with it and he stayed excited.
Yeah.
But you cannot afford to not stay excited for your family. You have got to keep it going. I want to see you next year with as many people. How many are you going to bring with you next year? 10 people? 20 people? How about 100 people? When we first came here, exactly about 20 months ago was our first convention in Lifewave. There were about 1,000 people here. Look at what's happening right now. They've got 8,000 seats for us in Anaheim. Are you going to be there with a lot of people? Well, let me tell you something. Don't be one that's going to break down and get unexcited. You stay excited for your dream. You know what? Your kids are counting on you. Your wife is counting on you. Your husband is counting on you. Your friends, your team. And once you hit SPD, who's going SPD? Wait a minute. David wants to know who's going SPD for the next SPD trip. Who's going SPD? Okay.
All the way to the
Think about it. When you hit SPD, then is when you got to put the pedal to the metal, full throttle. Are you ready? Because now you've got to help your friends get to SPD. You can't just get to SPD and go to the beach. You make this happen and you stay on it so that you can. What did David do? He pulled back the curtain. We got to see for the next 7 years, he's going to have new invention for us. It is your moment. This is what you've been praying for. We prayed for it. We prayed for you. You were praying for us. David was praying for us. We were praying for him. Let's go.
So we want you to know that we believe in each one of you, whether you're on our team or you're not. Guys, hey, God has favor on each one of you that are in this room. Favor is on each one of you. You have to just pick yourself up and move. You can't sit. You can't move slow. No, you got to move fast. We have to move. We have to step it up. Every single one of us has to step it up.
Guys, stand up to your feet real quick. Everybody stand.
Let's go.
If you're going SPD, stand up.
Even if you are
All right.
SPD, stand up.
Now, I want to encourage you that you have got to race, and I mean race, back home and be a different person when you get back there. And as a matter of fact, don't even wait till you race back home. There are night managers in every place around here. Night managers for hotels, for the 7-Eleven.
Praying for you, praying for you.
They're either saying, I love being a night manager, not sleeping in my own bed, being away from my kids every night. I love this. Or I gotta get out of here.
I have goosebumps.
And they're praying for you.
It is a
you
true story.
go make this happen, and you talk to everyone you possibly can between now and the next 70 days, and you can change your life. If you believe it, you can change your life in the next 70 days.
So hey, can you turn the lights up a little bit, okay? Guys, hey, we have to go and be the light. The light's not going to come to them. We have to be the light. So we're gonna do a little
Are
chant.
you ready to be the light?
We gotta get you fired up.
After this weekend, are you ready to be the light?
You're breaking out of here. You're gonna go make a difference. You're gonna change a family's life. You're gonna have a man that cries at the steering wheel.
Yeah.
I've been praying for this.
I love it.
I've been praying for this. As I drove to Delta Airlines for 25 years, I hit that wheel every day saying, God, there has to be a better way. And boom, here I am. So here we go, guys.
Now
Ready?
wait, I want to tell them. Everybody, we're going to say, I am the light 3 times. Now, before we do it, I want you to stand up a little taller. I want you to have a little more confidence.
Be proud.
Be proud that you're in Lifewave.
Put your chest out, man.
That
Come
you're
on.
connected with David Schmidt and
Women,
all these
put your
incredible
chest out.
team.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
You're not tall. You're not standing tall enough. Come on. Stand up tall.
You need to take this confidence home with you. Are you ready? When I say 3, we're going to say, I am the light 3 times, as loud as you can so they can hear it all the way in Anaheim.
That's right.
Where
all
we're
the way
going
in
next
California.
year. I want David Schmidt to see that you were blessed this weekend.
Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3. I am the light. I am the light. Louder. I am the light.
I am the light. God
We
bless
love
you guys.
Don't make
God
it
bless
happen.
you
We
guys.
believe in you.
We believe in you.
You see what I mean? Do you see what I mean when I talk about that YouTube channel? You could get that every day on your screen, guys. I know I need that every day on my screen, okay? And I bet all of you do too. All right, so Steve talked about David staying the course for 20 years, sticking with it. That comes with challenges. It comes with ups and downs, people not believing in you. It comes with a lot of that, but he stayed the course and continued through innovation, hope, planning, dreaming big, and executing even bigger. Well, we're celebrating the 20th anniversary, and the Lifewave leaders and your founder and CEO wants you to know that we're going to celebrate many more to come. Please help me welcome to the stage founder and CEO, David Schmidt.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's Steve and Gina Merritt or something, huh? Woo! I was backstage listening to that thinking, how in the world do I follow that? And I'm not even going to try. But what I will tell you is any interaction that I've had with Steve and Gina has always been the same thing. We get on the phone, we talk to one another, and Steve and Gina will say, hey, how are you doing? How are things with you and Christina? You guys, taking some time? You taking some time for yourself? I know that you work a lot of hours. They're always thinking about the well-being of others first. They're not asking for something. They're not thinking about or talking about money. They're always thinking about the well-being of others. And to me, that's one of their signatures of being such amazing leaders, is that they care about the people in their organization. So nice round of applause for Steve and Gina Merritt. And while we're at it, I want to take the opportunity to thank Meredith. You know, it takes an incredible amount of time and energy to run a business. I know, because I've been doing it for so long. And to have the opportunity to spend more time in the lab developing these technologies, thinking more about the future of the business and where it is that we want to go, to have someone like Meredith who's so spiritually oriented and is thinking about doing the greatest good possible with this company. It's such a blessing to have her with Lifewave. So a nice round of applause for Meredith Burkich. So I want to take some time to talk to you all for a moment. We're not going to use any PowerPoints. We're not going to use any videos. I want to have a little chat with you. And I want to talk to you about some of the things that have happened in the past in Lifewave and where we're going in the future. Because it's so important that we have a roadmap, that we have a business plan for how we're going to get from where we are today to where we're going in the future. In 2006, we nearly went out of business. We were the victim of a credit card fraud scandal. There was a person that set up a fake position. They were using stolen credit cards that they had gotten from Russia, ordering product, earning commissions that they weren't entitled to. And by the time we detected that fraud, there was already about $1 million worth of product that had been shipped out, and we had paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions. And at that time, we were a small company, and the effects were devastating. This happened in end of September, beginning of October of 2006, and by December of that year, we had lost 50% of our brand partners. And most people had thought Lifewave was never going to make that. It was about a week before Christmas. We had payroll coming up, and we didn't have any money to pay the staff. So I went into my bank account, and I emptied my bank account, and I put all of that money into the company so we could make payroll, and so that people wouldn't have to tell their families they didn't have any money for Christmas. And I didn't know how I was going to make payroll the next month. But I just kind of trusted, okay, well, if I can't make payroll the next month, at least I gave everybody a Christmas, and we can figure out what we're going to do. And fortunately, through divine intervention, the number of brand partners and customers that we had in the company was just enough to cover our monthly expenses. So we went this way for a number of months, each week not knowing how we were going to pay bills, not knowing if we were going to stabilize or not, or if we were going to continue down. And it was around March of 2007, and we had our corporate office in San Diego. And every Sunday, I would go for a walk on the beach. I'd take 3 hours to go for a walk on the beach and pray. And I would use that time to try to commune with God and say, I know this is what I'm supposed to do with my life, but I don't know how I'm supposed to get through this. And I kept hearing this message, well, it's in fire that gold is purified. And that I had to go through this challenge to deepen my faith in God and trust in God. And just keep being patient, being persistent, and try to push my way through it. So it was in March of 2007, and I came home on a Friday night, and there was a letter from the IRS. And I thought to myself, I don't know if I can take any more. And maybe what I'll do is I'll try to have a nice weekend, and I will open this letter on Monday. And then I thought, this is kind of silly. I got to man up on this, and whatever it is, I just have to deal with it. So I opened this letter from the IRS, and inside was a check for $163,000. And as it turned out, we had overpaid on our taxes the year before, and I wasn't aware of it. And so, in this case, God decided to use the IRS of all organizations to save this company. And so we budgeted that money, and it lasted through the end of the year. We were able to pay our vendors. Of course, commissions were always paid first. We were able to get through the year. I went 16 months without getting paid to get through that. But I believed in that this company was going to survive, and so I was willing to bet my life on it. And we got to the end of 2007, turning into 2008, and we started to have leaders in Europe show up that started to build the business. And in 2008, the sales were double of 2007. 2009, the sales were double of 2008. In 2010, they were double of 2009, and we were back on our way, and we were doing really well. So the message in all of this is that you're going to face challenges in your life. You're going to face hard times, but it's those moments where you find out who you really are. Are you really committed to your vision, to your dream? Are you willing to do what it takes to succeed? And when you come out the other side, you're grateful that you went through that, because it's like, I climbed this mountain and I made it to the top. And now I have the rest of my life in front of me, and it's going to be amazing. And then sometimes life throws you another curveball. And that happened 10 years later to the month. And it was 2016. We had been doing fine. We had tried a lot of different things to kind of break out. We were stuck between 20 million, 40 million a year, and we were stuck trying to find a way to break out of this. And in 2016, we did a product launch. We got about a week where everything was looking great. And then we implemented a new software program, a new back office system, and everything crashed. And we went for weeks where the system wasn't taking orders, it wasn't working properly. And by the middle of December, we were back where we were before, where we had lost about half the people in the company. And we turned into 2017, and I thought, okay, I lived through this before. And I thought this was maybe something karmic. You know, if you want to put a word on it, I don't know what else to word you would put on this, but why did this show up exactly 10 years later? And it's not going to happen again, by the way, because I took care of that. I'll tell you that story another day. But I thought, okay, I've been through this before, and having that experience in 2007 kind of made me battle-hardened to where psychologically I was in the place where, okay, I know to form a plan, I need to take action, I know what to do with the finances of the company, where we need to cut and save to survive. It was tough. It was really tough. but we were able to float along and survive. And I was going into work each day, and it was very stressful. You could feel the stress on the staff. And there came a point where I thought, I'm tired of being on defense. I'm tired of going into work and patching holes in the dam and trying to figure out how to survive. I want to be on offense. I want to have a way that we can get people excited about this company, but how is that going to happen? And we had been doing stem cell research at that point for almost 10 years. And we had put $4.5 million into research at that point. And we had some phenomenal experiences. We had a ton of patents. The problem was the technology that I had been developing was really more suitable for hospitals. This was something, as we found out later, that it was going to take maybe $100 million to get this through FDA, and they were never going to let the technology go over the counter. It would have had to have gone through hospitals. So it's like, okay, there's no way that we're going to get this ever into the network, but the amount of information that we've learned over this period of time, how can we go ahead and apply this in a way that people can benefit from it, people can use this, it will be safe, effective, affordable. How can we take this? This is a piece of equipment that potentially could cost millions of dollars. How exactly are we going to make this affordable and safe for everyone so a doctor doesn't have to prescribe it? So fortunately, I love Iron Man and Tony Stark. And Tony Stark, when he has a problem, he always goes into his lab or he gets isolated into his cave and he starts to invent. And that's what I did. And I went into my lab and I went home and I isolated myself and I started digging through my notes and praying over this and looking for a flash of insight. That's kind of the way that it works with inventors, is that you are in an altered state of consciousness, you might say. It would be like when you're fasting for a very long period of time and your brain shifts into an entirely different state. It's kind of like that. And you get this burst that goes off in the brain, and there's this idea, and you can visualize it in your mind. You can see it clearly, and it resonates as truth. And it was at this moment that X39 was born. And I could see it so clearly. And so I started getting to work, and I had to come up with an entirely new way of making the patches. Something that I hadn't tried before, but I thought, okay, this is kind of the way that I see this, visualize it. This was the information that was downloaded. So let me go ahead and try to do this. And the first samples of X39 came out, started to test them in my lab. I said, okay, this is something special. This looks really, really good. And then, of course, we started to set up clinical studies. And I told my staff about it. And I said, I have this new patch, and we're going to go ahead and start putting together a program to manufacture, market this, do the clinical research, and this is what the patch will do. But I didn't want to tell them how the patch worked. I thought for a period of time, I want to keep this to myself. So they asked me, well, can you at least tell us the name of the patch? And I thought back to Marvel movies, and Infinity War had just come out. And I said, the name of the patch is Stormbreaker. because we were in a storm and we needed something for us to get out of that storm. So we had a code name internally in our office of Stormbreaker. That's how we referred to this patch. And in June of 2018, we had our first webinar with leaders, and we had done clinical studies, we saw the outcomes, but now it was time to introduce this to the leaders. And you never really know how people are going to react to this concept. And I thought, I know I've been doing the stem cell thing for 10 years now, and I kind of get it, but are we going to be able to communicate that to the leaders? Are they going to really appreciate the potential significance of this? And of course, the rest, as they say, is history. The leaders were excited. But I want to point out Jan Wiegel for a second. I don't want to put him on the spot. But we had our leadership team, and we were seeing these incredible, it was August of 2018, we were seeing these incredible testimonials, and the leadership was saying, you could charge $300, $400 a month with this. No problem, people will pay it because it's worth that. And Jan said in our leadership group, if you want everyone to have it, if you want everyone to benefit, the right thing to do is make it affordable to everybody. It's worth more than the other patches, but charge an amount that everybody can afford. And this is why we work together as a team. And thank you, Jan, for that recommendation. It's obviously the right thing to do. We appreciate that. So undoubtedly, we're going to have challenges that we're going to face together in the years ahead. I don't think of Lifewave anymore as being a billion-dollar company. And I don't want the Merits here to get scared because they're terrified right now. No, they're not. They're laughing, which is good. No, I actually think of Lifewave as doing tens of billions of dollars a year because the goal of the company has shifted dramatically. Given that we've reached this level of success, I'd be the first one to tell you that I would never have thought that we would be getting into manufacturing drones for humanitarian aid. I never would have thought we would have been building clean energy sources to power homes or power electric vehicles. But this is the path that we're being led down, and doors are opening up. So it must be the path that God has intended for us because everything has just worked out incredibly well. And we're going to face challenges. And when we think about making plans in life, I think about the story of Gideon. So Gideon lived several thousand years ago. And to put this in context, at this time, the Israelites were in captivity. And they used to hear stories about Moses rescuing them, God delivering them, but they were living in captivity and they were being oppressed by a group of people called the Midianites. And the Midianites had a huge army, 120, 130,000 people at least. And one day, God sent a prophet and an angel to speak with Gideon. Now, Gideon is a farmer, barley farmer. And the angel addresses Gideon and calls him a mighty man of valor. And for all you Bible believers, I'm going to paraphrase because I didn't memorize this story. So I'm just going to paraphrase. And Gideon is thinking, not only am I a lowly farmer, but I'm the lowest in my family. I'm not going to be delivering anybody. But God promises that if Gideon is faithful, he's going to deliver his people. So God says, well, I want you to do something. My people are worshiping a false god. They're worshiping Baal. So I want you to destroy that altar. And Gideon is really scared because he knows this is something that he could die doing, but he goes ahead and he does it anyway. And because he wants to listen to the Lord. So the people want to kill Gideon. And Gideon's father says, well, if Baal is so powerful, let him kill Gideon. And that's how he was saved. So the Midianites, their army approaches, 120, 130,000 people, and Gideon has to raise an army. So he raises an army of 32,000 people. So the odds are at least 4-1 against him. And God says, you know what, Gideon, if you go to battle and you win, you're going to think that your men were really good soldiers and that you were the ones that defeated the Midianites. So you have to know that it's me, the Lord, that's conquering the Midianites. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to tell your army, anybody that's scared, anybody that's afraid, go ahead and go home. And so 20,000 men go home. Now it's 12,000 against that 130,000. And then God says, you know what, Gideon, you still have too many people. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go down to the water, and I want you to ask your people to take a drink of water. And some of them are going to get down on their knees, and they're going to lap water into their mouths like a dog, and the others are going to scoop water into their mouth. I want you to separate people based on that. And you had 300 people on one side and the rest on the other. And he said, okay, tell those others to go home. You got an army now of 300 people. That's good. And so Gideon's pretty nervous at this point. So God says, look, what I want you to do is go down into the camp of the Midianites, and I want you to hear what they're saying. So he goes down in the middle of the night, and some people are waking up that have had dreams. They're all having the same dream, that they go to battle with Gideon and they lose, and they're delivered into the hands of Gideon. So they're terrified. So Gideon hears this, he goes back, and then God says, okay, you've got these ceramic jars. What I want you to do is break the jars, blow the trumpets, and yell. And they do that. And you can imagine when they're breaking these jars with their swords, it's going to sound like thousands of these jars are like thousands of swords. And they have 100 men in 3 different places surrounding the Midianites. So this sound must have been resonating all around the Midianites. So what happens is the Midianites, they wake up, they think that there's thousands and thousands of Gideon's men attacking. It's dark out, and Midianites are bumping into one another and killing who's ever next to them. We can have plans in life, but they're never going to be as good as God's plan. That day, God showed Gideon how 300 people could defeat an army of 130,000 people, and that's exactly what happened. This company is capable of accomplishing truly incredible things. I can tell you about all of the plans that I have for this company, the technology that we've been blessed with, what we're doing to support you with manufacturing and marketing. We can talk about all those things, but we're a company that's going to change the world, and we're going to make this world a better place. And this company is best served if we let God do the planning. Thank you.
David spoke of facing challenges, uncertainty in your life, not knowing when you're going to be able to pay your bills or how. And in order to get to the other side of that, you have to face it with bravery, faith, and courage. And he also mentions building an army, having your own army of trusted leaders, which leads me to my next guest, the fabulous force, female force, Lifewave President, Meredith Burkich.
Well, here we are. And the future is up to you. We have brought, I hope you think, our A game to this stage with our speakers, with our tools, with our inspiration, motivation, education, everything that we have brought to you. We hope that you feel honor this day. We hope that you can feel our love and our care and our commitment to your success on this day. This event, thank you, go ahead, it's good. This event has been a major commitment, not just for us and the months of planning and going through every minute by minute, second by second, everything that we could even think about that we can deliver, just not even that investment, not the millions of dollars that were invested in this event to give you the greatest experience ever at Lifewave, to celebrate these 20 years of accomplishments of each of you in this room. You have invested. You have invested to be here. You have invested your time and your talent and your treasure. You have given up time with family. Some of you have traveled from around the world to be here. You have invested in yourself, which makes you very, very special and very, very precious to us. It is important for us to know going into these next 20 years that Lifewave is doing the business the right way, with integrity, with intention, and that when everyone else out there is looking for a lifeboat, as their dreams are sinking, that we are that light, and we will continue to do things the right way. And we're partnering with all of you to do things the right way. And so what was really, really important is going back to what Jack Canfield said this morning about belief. Belief is the center of everything. Without belief, without hope, people perish. And it is fundamentally the most important takeaway that you can take from this event is, did this event build your belief? Did this event build your belief? Your belief that you can count on Lifewave being here for your family for generations to come. Your belief that our intentions are pure and great. Our products work and they will continue to work. Belief in the products, belief in every way that you're going to be rewarded, that we're going to continuously get better and better because you deserve it. And belief in yourself that you can do this and it is worth it. The work is worth it, my friends. That's what we want your takeaway to be, and we hope that we accomplish that as we're moving on. Here's the reality about belief. Belief creates your vision, because if you don't have the belief that there really is hope, that things can get better, that things can change, it's going to be hard to have a vision. And if you are not walking away with the level of belief that you had hoped for, I would encourage you to get with your neighbor, to get with your upline, crossline, whomever, and borrow theirs for a time. Because it has to start with that belief. That vision is what is going to create then your resolve. When David Schmidt just told his story, some of you might have heard it for the very first time. What he had a vision. He had a vision of how the world could be a better place and how his contributions could help it be so. Be the change you want to see in the world. That is a call for all of us. That is a call for all of us to be the change. But again, you look at that, you say, okay, I am going to have that vision. It will give me that resolve to do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, even when it's tough, even when you're discouraged, even when you want to quit. That gives you then that resolve to create change, because we know change is hard, don't we? Is change something we look forward to? Just like the baby that cries with a poopy diaper, wah, wah, wah. Terrible, terrible, but you take it off and clean it, it's like, wee, okay? Nobody wants to be changed. But change is a good thing. I think we can all agree. Without the change, there is no progress. You will never get out of your rut. You will never get out of your doldrums. You will never, never, never get out of your situation if you are not willing to embrace and not just tolerate, but embrace change. Then you're going to get progress. And when you start getting progress, that is when you're going to experience success. Whatever success is to you. Maybe it is SPD, or maybe, just maybe, you want to get your products for free. Maybe, just maybe, you want to have reliable transportation for your family. Whatever success is, though, you may have to make some changes. And you need to sit back and look at those changes as you're moving on. Because again, belief is where it all starts. So when we get past this point from belief, all right, and we say, all right, I get it. I think I'm going to change. I think I get it. All right. Think about return on investment. ROI. You are all your own CEOs. You've probably heard me say it before. I mean it, though, because whether your business is something that you invest 10 hours a week in or more, or 10 hours a day, you are investing. It is a collective investment of your time. And many of you have probably heard lots of parables. Again, if you're, lots of poems, lots of fables, illustrations of what happens when you plant seeds. But the reality is without planting those seeds, you'll never get a harvest. You've got to plant the seeds. You've got to nurture the seeds. You've got to water the seeds. You've got to grow the seeds if you want to get a harvest. So as we're looking at that belief, that's what I'm saying here as far as your investment. What are you going to do with all these seeds you got this weekend? As you're having these conversations, what are you going to do? You're going to go home? You're just going to kind of scatter them, let the birds pluck them up and fly away with them? Or are you going to do something with these seeds? Because it is a very, very biblical principle, but it is a life principle. And so again, do you want to harvest in your life? Do you have mountains that are in your way? We know there's another parable there, right? That little mustard seed. You have the size of a mustard seed. You can move the mountains in your life. I hope you got some seeds this weekend. So I'm going to give you just a couple of tips in my final minutes with you all before we get ready for a crazy celebration tonight that's going to blow your hair back. And if you don't have hair, you'll wish you did, because you feel it blowing. These are common denominators for you as entrepreneurs, as business owners, as CEOs of your own company. The same that they are for myself, for the executive team, for managers and directors, our amazing corporate staff, and for David. There's a central truth, and actually three, that I wanted to bring up today, because there really is little difference. It is not a single sport, direct selling. There's a reason they call it network marketing or social selling. It involves other people. This is not an individual sport. It is a team sport. And if you listened when you heard our COO, Coleman Dillon, give an amazing presentation that we hope again built your belief that we are building the infrastructure to be a multi-billion-dollar movement. We are building those foundations by building teams, high-performing teams. So I think about, and I love sports. Some of you, I'm married to an ex-football player, so of course, sports are part of my world. Listening to coaches, they're my favorite, life examples for me to listen. I love athletic coaches. But we know from looking at the way they talk in the locker room, and you kind of think of your teams as the locker room, you don't ever want to lose your locker room, that unified goals are really what is going to get you to that next level. People have to be singularly focused and moving in the right direction if you're going to build a high-performance team. So think about your teams today. Think about the people that are on your teams, the people that you want to join your teams, the people that are going to join your teams next year, now, the years to come. And are you setting for them unified goals that have everybody doing one main thing, doing the business the right way? There are no shortcuts that will build you a sustainable business organization. No shortcuts. You need to do things with high integrity and the right way. Over the past 30 years, I've seen a lot of leaders. I've seen leaders come, I've seen leaders go in direct selling, but the one thing that I see as a student of watching them and their success and watching them rise and be recognized year after year, and the ones that last hold their teams accountable to a higher standard. They don't kowtow to the events of the day or teams that might be building the wrong. They just stay true. They stay true to their honor. They stay true to doing business the right way. And in that act of togetherness, even if they're not in a meeting like this, even if they're out talking in the lobby, even if they're at another networking event with other networkers, they do things the right way. They don't sneak around, and they don't take people from other people's organizations. They don't break the rules. They follow the path. They follow the path with high integrity. There's a reason that policies and procedures are there. They're there to protect the integrity of your business. And long-term sustainable leadership is high integrity. They're very high integrity, whether they're on or off the field. The second strategic piece that I have seen, again, be successful for field organizations and for corporate organizations, for us as well, is creating that atmosphere of inclusion and safety. Being good to your people, knowing there are no people that don't have value. My dad taught me when I was a very little girl. He said, Meredith, when I was going off to grade school, he said, Meredith, there's one thing I want you to remember. You're going to meet a lot of different people when you go off to school. I still remember to this day. And he said, Meredith, just think that every single person that you meet has a little treasure inside. And it is up to you to figure out what it is. And there are many times when you look at some people, and I'll be darned if you can figure out what that treasure is. It's like, whoa, really? But if you look hard and look past maybe what's hurt them, that's caused them to act a certain, there's some treasure in that. And as a leader, we need to be always looking past something and say, what is their motive? What is driving them? And at corporate, this is it, because we're building a high-performance team at corporate. And we're aligning our strategic goals. When we get back from here, we have trainings with our staff and our team on Monday and Tuesday. We're putting together our 2025 strategic plan so that we can present it to David and other members of the board to get all the sign off that we need for our projects that are going to serve you, people that we might need to add to the team to serve you. All of this work is being done, and we will not rest and we will not stop. You're welcome. You are welcome, dear lady. Because there is accountability at corporate, but you have your own organizations. And if you want to have an amazing team that is going to sustain over time, the biblical principle, but the business principles as well, they apply to you as entrepreneurs. And so staying connected with your leaders, I mean, this is something, again, that I have seen so many times. It's like the really good leaders. I mean, take the ones that you've seen on stage today. They are so engaged. They know what's happening with their leaders. They know what's happening with their families. They stay engaged with leadership. And for us on the corporate side, that's what we're doing too, checking in on all of our projects, making sure that we're aligned with David's vision, making sure that we're moving forward as one entity, as one unit, so that we can be more effective, so that we can actually maximize all of the opportunity that we have in front of us. This is so rare, people. I know you know this. But direct selling right now, this is it. Lifewave is it. It is so rare. It is so dear. It is so precious. What's happening right now that we are sustaining this, we want to seize every moment. Because the benefits of having a plan, a strategic plan for your business and for your life and for your relationships, it helps you to stay focused and not be distracted, which is the enemy of direct selling. The enemy of direct selling, of success in direct selling, are two things. It is time and it is distraction. People that get you off course. That's why you have to have a plan. You need to have a plan. I have a plan. We all have plans. Fail to plan, plan to fail. Fail to plan, plan to fail. Measurable goals, like Jack Canfield talked about this morning. Those hairy, audacious goals. There's a reason why the best trainers in the entire world, in the industry, talk about them all the time ad nauseum. Because there needs to be synergy in your team. And then the third truth is that we have to be resolved. Remember going back to that, where is belief? Belief is the vision, and we move. You've got to be resolved and determined, because as David mentioned, there are tough days. There are days when things don't work out as you had planned. There are wet blanket negative Nellies in your life. There are critics that blindside you in ways that you don't even know, but you have to be resolved. And that's where that plan comes in, because I have that plan, I have that vision, I've set it in course, I've set it in motion, and we're doing all this at corporate for you. And no, we're not thrilled with a lot of areas that we know we need to improve for you, because you're worth it and you deserve it, and we want to, and our hearts are to serve you. Your success is our success. And anybody in direct selling that does not understand that fundamental truth is a fool. That's all. Sorry. They are. They're foolish. Your success is our success. We don't need to think about our own self. We can face it. Forget about yourself completely. We can put it aside. Thank you, Mary Kay, circa 1961. Okay, but what we've got here, again, in the service business. So when you think about everything that's happening with exercising that courage and that drive and that facing it, even in the face of that criticism, being obsessed. Somebody said it earlier this weekend. It is okay to be obsessed. As a matter of fact, it's great to be obsessed. Don't ever apologize for being obsessed about your excellence. Never apologize for being obsessed, because that's when you never quit. Because you just strive to get better. Because failure, it's not an option. Failure is not an option. David Schmidt deserves 1,000%. 1,000% of our resolution. You deserve 1,000% of my resolution, of the resolution of our team. We are resolved 1,000% because you deserve it. You deserve the best that life has to offer. Take that as a nugget when you go. You deserve the best. And don't let anybody else tell you differently. So how about you? How about you? What is your vision for your futures? Think about it right now. What is your vision for your future? We have a very distinct goal. We are going to make Lifewave the best opportunity in direct selling ever. But it's up to you what you're going to do with that vision. It's up to you. What have you learned this weekend that is going to help empower your plan? And how are you going to safeguard your heart and your mind so that no one can rob you of your joy and no one can rob you of your dreams? Surrounding yourself with like-minded people, a like-minded team. If you are the sum total of the 5 people that you spend the most time with in your life, what does that look like right now for you? Building that high-performance team, developing your plan, and execute with dauntless resolve. Dauntless resolve. No matter what the critics have to say. And working tirelessly to get your goals. So college football fans, Oregon Ducks over Ohio Buckeyes. Great game, go Ducks. But it was interesting, and Coach Dan Lanning, the new coach, we just bow down. Coach Lanning said something after the game last weekend and listening to his post-game interviews. Somebody asked him, they said something about, well, you know, are you going to take a break? And Dan Lanning kind of looked over and he says, what? He goes, today is all I have. Today is what I have. I will sleep when I'm dead. And I went, oh, okay. The reality is this is the moment. Carpe diem. Seize it. Seize it. Build your plan. Develop your plan. Resolve yourself to do whatever it takes to experiment your monumental success. This is a fun story. It's an old story, but I love this story because it is all about you. There was an important job, and everybody was sure that somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it, but nobody did it. Well, somebody got angry about that because it was everybody's job, and everybody thought that anybody could do it, but nobody realized that everybody wouldn't do it. It ended up that everybody blamed somebody when nobody did what anybody could have. Direct selling, it may not be for everybody, but it could be for anybody. And that's the beauty. And that's the beauty of it. So, my dear, dear friends, it is with all love and respect that we dedicate this time to you and sincerely hope that we have delivered an experience that will help each and every one of you to see that light, to be that light, and most importantly, to share your light with the world. Thank you, friends. We love you.
You have it here. Amazing. This has been unbelievable. I feel like I've been able to hear from some of my heroes. I mean, William Shatner beaming in from Burbank, California. Crazy, right? I could not believe that. He just showed up. I saw him when he showed up initially, and he was just sitting on the chair, and I was just like, is that Captain Kirk? I can't believe I saw Captain Kirk. Okay, this has been absolutely amazing. You've seen tons of events, announcements, surprises. You've heard it all. And now we're going to wrap this up. Some of the people that were responsible for making this happen are going to join the stage. Please help me welcome, if they're there, 1 second. He's hiding. I couldn't see him. Josh Dunn. He is amazing. He is behind all of this. I didn't know if you were coming out with Marcy or not. Josh Dunn has been behind this. He's been able to put all of this together for you all to have a spectacular time. And we have more things to come tonight.
Yes, we do. In fact, we have a really great evening in store for you. And I do want to phone my friend. Is it okay if I phone a friend real fast? Okay. Oh, there you are. Hey, Marcy, what's up?
It's been 10 years.
How are you?
It is so good to see you.
It's so good to see you. So Marcy and I go way, way back. A long time.
Way back. I have to tell you, when I found out you were coming to Lifewave, guess who I called? Of course, Peter, no.
Hey, Peter.
Peter, guess who's at Lifewave? Josh Dunn. And I said, Lifewave has hired the talent. We just keep on hiring the best talent ever.
Oh, my goodness.
And you are.
Thank you. It's an honor. And you know what? Look, I had gotten out of events. I had gone back to school, done some other stuff, but I just got sucked back in. Events are in my blood. I couldn't stay away.
Well, I have to say, look at convention. Is this the best convention ever?
Well, thank you, guys.
Right? Yeah, stand up for that. Best convention ever. All right? I'm just saying, who danced that night, huh? Who danced? Who watched all the drones in the sky? Listening to David's light-infused, God-coded water come to life? Like, really? And then William Shatner beamed in.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
It just, people aren't going to want to go home.
Well, look, you can't stay here, unfortunately. They're going to kick us all out. But we have good news for you, and I have a secret for you.
You have a secret?
I do.
You know, we all have secrets.
It's going to have to wait for a second.
Oh, you can't tell me now?
I'm going to tell you in a minute. But first, I want to talk to you about a couple things. First of all, tonight we have a party. You guys know this, right? We've been telling you about it. Who's playing tonight? Does anybody know? Don't say it. It's a secret. I know you all been talking about it. We've been trying so hard to keep it a secret. It's going to be an awesome night. We have 2 Grammy award-winning bands playing tonight. It's seriously going to blow your mind who they are. If you don't already know, I hope you don't. And just, humor me if you do. But look, David pulled out all the stops on tonight. He went above and beyond to gift you the best 20th anniversary he could possibly gift. So not only are you going to get to see 2 amazing bands, but we will have food vendors spread around the space for you. You don't have to pay for the food. It's a gift to you for being here. Yes, it's going to be amazing. You can get drinks. The hotel has been kind enough to work with us on making the drinks affordable. You have to buy tickets, so if you don't have tickets, go by one of the little ticket booths and get tickets, and you can redeem them for beverages, okay? But I would do it if you think you're going to get thirsty or want, a little libation. Just go take care of it and come prepared. We're going to start at 7 o'clock. Those of you SPDs wearing the gold lanyards, go out to the pool deck and hang out. We have food and drinks for you there as well. So this is going to be a fun night. I hope you'll stay until 10 p.m. Anything, Ellen,
Okay, so it was so hard for me to keep the secret from all of you because you've been stopping me when I walk outside, I go to the hotel room, I come back, and all of you have been stopping me to ask me who's going to be performing. I can't tell you. I'm sorry. I love all of you, though. I love every single one of you because I've gotten to know you. I feel like I have a lot of selfies out there with a lot of you. Like, how many people have selfies with me here? But I am going to keep it a secret. But I'm telling you right now, my flight is at 6 a.m. Driver's picking me up at 3:15. I'm going to have to go, okay?
You're gonna have to
I don't care if I'm tired. Right, Josh?
That's right.
Marcy?
You got to be there.
Yep. I mean, you have to be there. If not, you're definitely missing out. Please go. And if you know who's performing, don't ruin the surprise. Come on, guys. Don't. It's not worth ruining.
We're gonna have a
because
great
it's amazing. So those ticket beverages, you can purchase those tokens at the lawn, and there's another place inside the hotel as well. So make sure to get some just in case. Just in case. You don't have to drink, just in case.
All right, another quick thing. You heard Meredith talk about building event to event. Our next big event is Vision, January 25th, 2025. I know that seems like a ways away. We're going to offer $19 registration. I mean, goodness, we already sell these tickets for $29 normally, but $19 for the next 2 days. So if you can scan the QR code or take a picture or do whatever, we'll also send communication to you and all of our online watchers, but you don't want to miss it. We had to move content from this event to that event because you can tell we had such a content-heavy event. But you're going to want to be there. We're going to have a great time. Now, let's get back to the surprise.
I can't wait. I've been waiting.
Okay, I'm just going to, look, you guys know, but we're going to take a look at this video and we're going to see where we're going for conference next year. Let's take a look at this video.
This is Anaheim, and here we go.
We are going to Anaheim, California. It's one of my all-time favorite places.
Well, you know, I live there.
Yes, you do. Oh my gosh.
Anaheim.
We're coming to your backyard.
Oh, my house is only 2,000 square feet.
Can we fit all of you in there? We're going to Marcy's house.
Can we fit you all in
That's
Anaheim? How many fits in Anaheim?
Well, we can fit a lot. In fact, I think we can fit.
Too. It's my backyard too. You guys can come with me since I already know all of you.
Look, we know we faced some interesting challenges in this amazing venue. We made it work. Next year, we're going to be in an arena. Can you believe that? Lifewave is going to an arena. An arena. It's going to be amazing. So tell your friends, tickets are on sale now. Scan the QR code. You can get tickets for the convention price for $199 for the next 2 days, and then it goes up, okay? You can buy tickets in quantities of 20, and you can share them with your friends. I failed to mention Vision tickets. You can buy unlimited quantities, okay? So I hope to see all of you in Anaheim. Marcy, I can't wait to see you in Anaheim.
We're going to have so much fun.
We are going to have so much fun.
All
Elwin,
together.
maybe we'll see you there too.
Yeah, y'all come.
All right, thank you guys. Elwin, I think, has one more thing for you
Yes.
before we call it.
Yes, so a few more things here. Housekeeping notes. So for food, if you're going to eat near the hotel, you have the food court in the grand ballroom that has been activated for you. So you have healthy food there. Also the food trucks, those are still there, correct?
Food trucks are gone.
Oh,
They've
they're gone. They left. Okay, so you just have the food court in the grand ballroom. Other thing, those ticket purchases, please get those because you never know if you're going to need them later on, and you might as well get that. So we are going to wrap up. I am so excited to see all of you tonight. One big round of applause. I can't wait to see all of you.
Take a look at this video before you take off. We're going to watch a recap of the last couple of days. Thank you guys so much.
Are you ready to celebrate?
Happy anniversary, everybody.
Celebration 20 years in the making, packed into one epic weekend. A personal journey, powered by revolutionary technology. More energy. Timeless vitality. Lasting longevity. Now is the time to share the light.
Come on up, directors. Congratulations.
Thank you for coming to the Lifewave Global Conference. It was lit. We're already dreaming about next year. California dreaming.
Lifewave Global Conference, Anaheim, California, Fall 2025. Registration is now open. Be the light. Lifewave.